Consider this an invitation to my Nova Nation.
We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
What is happening, motherfuckers? It has been a hot minute. I know I haven't made any content in a while. Just haven't really been in the video making mood. So I figured, Resident Evil show just came out. And fuck it, let's talk about it in the live stream. So let me know if you guys can hear me or not. Hit me with, oh shit, get the music going. Hit me, I don't know, fucking hit me with an 85 in the chat. Year I was born, greatest year of all time, in my opinion. Of course, I'm biased, but hit me with that 85. Let me know you guys can hear me before I start getting into this shit. Let's see. No Starfield November, just God of War. Let's go. Facts. And it's funny because I believe last year, it was just last year that we were told if you don't have a game for the holiday season, your console ain't shit. Right? That's what the Xbox dudes were saying. They had no fucking games all year. They happened to get a couple drops at the end of the year. Halo Infinite towards the end of the year and fucking Forza Horizon 5. And because PlayStation didn't have anything at the end of the year, even though they had dropped bangers earlier in the year, of course PlayStation wasn't shit. So hey, if we're going by their rules, guess this year Xbox just ain't shit because they don't have no Starfield this holiday. They got nothing, and we got God of War Ragnarok, which, even though Elden Ring came out this year, is probably still a really good contender for Game of the Year. So I'm hoping it'll win Game of the Year, because I love Elden Ring, but fuck, the 2018 God of War just holds such a special place in my heart. So I really hope that the sequel is amazing, and that if it is amazing, that it does win Game of the Year. Get a drink of my waters here. Let's see here. All I'm saying is it don't look too much like Resident Evil from the trailers. Well, that's because it really isn't much like Resident Evil. Let's see here. Wolfthorn. You could take out the Wesker's name and the Umbrella logo, and it would be some generic zombie show with a few mutated creatures. Oh, and the zombies run. Yeah, so it really is Resident Evil in definition only. So let me start by saying this. When it comes to the Resident Evil show, I didn't like it, right? Like, I didn't like it, and a lot of it downright fucking upset me. Was it still entertaining? Yes. Is it still worth watching? If you got nothing to do, sure. It's only 8 episodes. That's one of the other things that sucks about it is it's only 8 episodes that is split between events that take place in the present and events that take place in the past. So instead of an 8-episode show, you're really getting 2 4-episode shows, if that makes sense, right? So, I would have preferred having 8 episodes that just took place during one time period versus the fucking back and forth between the prison and the past, which, like I said, it splits everything up, and there's not much happening anyway. But to split it up like that, it makes it so that there's even less shit happening. But so yeah, it does really feel not like Resident Evil. Like Wolfthorn said, you take out the Umbrella logo, you remove the name Wesker, and it's just some generic zombie show. The zombies run, which is not what Resident Evil zombies do. The zombies in this universe, or in this show, are also blind and deaf. They can only smell. And if they smell blood, then they fucking start hauling ass after shit. So they are unlike zombies in the rest of the Resident Evil universe, which doesn't make any fucking sense. I guess an explanation that like an apologist would make is that this is a modified version of the T virus, so maybe they're not the same as the zombies that we know because that's a different form of the T virus, and this is a modification of the T virus because all the shit that happens here is because of a pharmaceutical drug that Umbrella is making called Joy, which is supposed to like stop people from being depressed and having anxiety. It's supposed to be a happy pill called Joy, and Joy is what's causing all of this shit. So they, you know, an apologist could be like, "Oh, it's not the same T virus," but fuck that, okay? Zombies in the Resident Evil universe do not run, and they're deaf and blind bullshit, stupid. The other thing is the zombies look like shit, right? Like, you imagine what zombies look like in, for example, the Walking Dead show. The zombies in the Walking Dead show look fucking awesome. Zombies in this show look like absolute shit. They're just like people with like fucking pustules and pus bubbles and shit on their face. They don't look like zombies. They just look like these weird fucking creatures. The effects for the zombies just looks like absolute shit. It's like, you know, there's a giant fucking caterpillar in the first episode. Okay, the CGI on the giant caterpillar looks good, right? There's a giant spider in one episode. CGI on that looks great. And there's a giant fucking alligator, like in the last episode. CGI on that looks good too. By the way, spoiler alert, because I'm going to be spoiling a fuck ton of shit in the show. But it's like, they were like, okay, what's the budget for the show? Okay, make the fucking caterpillar look cool, make the fucking spider look cool, make that alligator look cool. We know CGI is expensive, but make that shit look cool. Okay, how much is left? $50? That'll be alright. Slap some shit on those cocksuckers' faces and kick them out there and tell them to go be like zombies. Like, that's it. The special effects for the zombies looks like absolute shit. They all look like shit. And then there's so many dumb things that happen in the fucking show. Like in the first episode, this girl who's Albert Wesker, by the way, there's like fucking multiple Weskers, but Albert Wesker's adopted, you know, half daughter or some shit. She got knocked out and she got picked up by this group of scavengers, and they're in this fucking fortified base, and she's like, so just, you know, take me back to my camp. And the guy's like, well, it's not like we can just drive out of here. And then she's like, no, like, seriously. He's like, no, look. And he fucking pops a flare in the air, and you see all the zombies, like, outside the base. And honestly, wasn't that many zombies, but whatever. The dude's like, see, look, honestly, we can't drive you out of here. And then in the fucking very next episode, she gets pretty much driven out of there. Like, a dude fucking drives out of the base. She's on top of his truck, and then they just drive away. So it's like, yeah, you could have just drove out of there. You got armored vehicles. Just fucking mow those fuckers down. It was so fucking stupid. She also, like, jumped off a 3-story fucking building and landed on a car. Just walked it off. Wasn't nothing. No broken leg. No sprained ankle. Nothing. Just walked it off. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? It's fucking stupid. Oh, jeez. And then there was a lot of fucking just fan service shit in the show that I felt was insulting, you know, because, like, if you think about Spider-Man No Way Home, if you've seen Spider-Man No Way Home, and spoiler alert for those of you who haven't, there's a lot of fan service in Spider-Man No Way Home, but it's done in a way that works for the plot, right? Like, all the fan service is actually integral to the plot. It has something to do with the plot. Fan service in this show is just like, hey, remember that thing from that time in that game? There it is. Hey, check it out. Look, it's that thing from that time in that game. Check it out. Yeah, we made this for you guys. Yeah, we're all about the gamers. See? Yeah, look, we know what's up. Yeah, that thing from that one time in that one game. Check it out. And it's like, no, fuck you. Like, that has nothing to do with anything, right? I'm gonna try to think of some examples of this shit. Like, for example, in the very first Resident Evil game, there's a room that you walk into, and there's a piano, and you play the Moonlight Sonata on the piano, and it fucking, like, opens up a trap door. Like, playing the piano, the notes on the piano, opened up a trap door. The music did something. Well, there's some scenes in the fucking show where Jade and Billy, the two fucking adopted daughters of Albert Wesker's clones, it's fucking a long story, but the two girls that are the main characters of the show, they're like following this, breadcrumbs of clues that Albert Wesker left for them to find a bug-out bag, pretty much. And one of the clues leads them to a piano. Like, the first clue leads them to a picture. On the back of the picture, they open it up, there's another clue that leads them to the piano. And then on the piano, they play the Moonlight Sonata, just like the game. And then one of the keys fucking gets stuck, and they pop open the key, and then there's a little note inside the key. That note inside the key doesn't do anything. That note is not another clue. It's nothing. It's just, hey, play the music, and then the key got stuck, and they opened it up, and there's a little note in there. And then they slide the piano over and notice that one of the fucking tiles on the ground is hollow. How did they know to do that? I don't know. The music didn't tell them to do that. The note inside the piano after they played the music didn't tell them to do that. They just fucking randomly did it after playing the music. So, what was the point of playing the music? Other than to be like, hey, remember that thing from the one time in that game? Hey, there it is! It's right there! It's like, no, fuck you. It didn't do anything. There was no point in that. There's another time when she's in like this prison facility. It's got all these zombies in it. And all of a sudden, there's a fucking dude with a chainsaw and like a fucking burlap bag over his head. Just like in Resident Evil 4. Why is he there? I don't know. What's his purpose? I don't know. Once again, it's like, hey, remember that thing from that one time in the game? There it is. Hey, check it out. And it's like, no, fuck you. He's got no. What's his reason for being there? Why has he got a fucking bag over his head? Who's he hiding his face from? Right? Like, what the fuck is this shit? Also, Jesus Christ, in that prison thing, they're like looking for a way out, and there's like all these zombies in there that are locked behind bars, and they're like, oh, I don't know how to get out of here. You know what I'll do? I'll flip every single one of these switches on this console and flip every single one of these handles. That couldn't possibly release all these zombies. That must be how I open the door to get out, right? Because that's what I would think if I was in some prison with a bunch of zombies locked behind the doors. The first thing I would say is, hey, flipping all these switches and pressing all these buttons, that's gotta be the way out. Couldn't possibly release all those fucking zombies. No. That couldn't possibly be what they do. Release all the fucking zombies. Like, what the fuck is this shit? How fucking dumb is this bitch? And at the same time, this bitch is supposed to be like a fucking scientist. She's like a fucking chemist. It's like, how you can't be a fucking scientist and be that fucking stupid. There's just a bunch of dumb shit in the show, man. They break into the Umbrella building also, the two sisters. Ready for this? Because it's the dumbest shit ever. It is the absolute dumbest shit ever. One of the girls goes to visit Albert Wesker, her adopted dad, at work. She goes to the Umbrella building, and then as she gets there, there's a little fucking camera outside, and it's like, fucking, who the fuck are you? And she looks up at the camera, and she's like, fucking Billy Wesker. And it fucking, like, you see it analyze her face, and, like, all of a sudden turn green, like it's got facial recognition. Recognized her face, and was like, welcome, fucking Billy, Wesker. You have a 1-hour guest pass. Okay. While she's there for that hour, she happens to see some bunny rabbits in these carts this dude's pushing. And she's like vegan and doesn't like fucking hurting animals. So her and her sister decide, because she didn't know that Umbrella did animal testing, that they're gonna break into that fucking facility to release the bunny rabbits. I shit you not! That's what happens. That's what happens. And when they break in, they roll up to the fucking front door and they just play fucking audio of Albert Wesker, and he's like, hi, I'm Albert Wesker. And they got fucking flashlights on their helmets because they're riding these little fucking electric scooters that are shining at the camera. Is there any facial recognition? Nah, I guess the fucking computer was like, fuck facial recognition. We don't need it this time. His voice was good enough. And it lets him in the fucking building. I'm like, that's dumb. That's fucking dumb. The whole reason for them being there is dumb. And the fact that it's just not going to use facial recognition this time is also fucking dumb. And then they go down to basement level 4 because that's where the bunny rabbits supposedly were, right? She saw the dude with the little cart push the fucking bunny rabbits into the elevator and watched it go down to basement level 4. So they go down there, and of course they gotta be fucking with shit, and they release a zombie dog, a zombie fucking Doberman, just like in the games. And then they fucking haul ass to the elevator, take the elevator back up to the lobby to leave. All of a sudden, fucking Doberman busts out the fucking door and is now in the lobby. It's like, yo, how the fuck did he get from basement level 4 to the lobby? Was the Doberman fucking looking at the elevator and was like, I think those bitches went up to the lobby, bing, and pressed the button with his fucking nose? Is that what happened? How did that fucking dog get from basement level 4 to the lobby? No explanation. He just shows up at the lobby. Evidently, that dog knows his way around the fucking building. Again, dumbest shit ever. Like, there's just so much dumb shit like that. But I don't understand why this is the second show Netflix has made that's Resident Evil. The first one was an animated show, which I didn't like either, and now this thing, and it's like, stop making Resident Evil shows, Netflix. You don't know what you're doing. You're not doing it right. To this day, the best Resident Evil show or movie I've seen is Resident Evil Degeneration. I don't know if you've ever seen this movie or not, but if you haven't, you should try to find it somewhere online. It's an animated film, which is awesome because it makes it feel like the games because of the way it looks. And it takes place in a fucking airport. And I believe Leon Kennedy and Claire Redfield are both there. But yeah, it takes place in an airport during a fucking outbreak. Like a fucking full-on 747 full of zombies crashes in the airport. The fucking movie is dope. It is dope, and it feels like the games. That is such a good job. Everything else since then has been absolute shit. All the Mila Jovovich movies, trash. Right? They all suck. Let's be honest. They all suck. When I saw the first one, I was like, yeah, this is alright. Right? It wasn't too bad, but at the same time, it didn't feel like the games. All the ones that came after that just got worse and worse and worse. And every show and movie since then has just been shit. I don't understand why they can't make a good Resident Evil show or movie. It really isn't that hard. Just make it like the fucking games. Don't just make your own fucking bullshit story and then slap elements of the game in it to call it Resident Evil. Because that's pretty much what all these things feel like. It feels like someone was like, hey, I got an idea for a zombie show. How about I slap some Umbrella logos in it, and we'll take fucking Victor over there, and we'll change his name to Chris Redfield, and we'll make it a Resident Evil show. Yeah, that's what we'll do. That's what it feels like for all these shows and movies. It really does. Another thing dumb about the show is you find out that Albert Wesker is a clone. He's one of 3 clones, and they're all a little bit different. It's like Multiplicity with Michael Keaton, how all the clones are a little bit different. They got different fucking personalities. And there's one that's just a fucking retard. With capital R fucking retard. Just fucking, like, his desk is all cluttered with food and shit. It's just disgusting. Like, his desk looks like Dennis Nedry's in Jurassic Park. It's just got food and potato chip bags and all kinds of shit all over it. He's a fucking slob, and he's a fucking idiot. Like, he's a legit idiot. He's got the brain function of a child. He's a genius, chemist-wise, right? He's a genius chemist, but also has, like, the brain functionality of a child. Fucking stupid. But, yeah, so you find out in this real quick sequence, because they just kind of dump it on you. It's like, oh, yeah, Albert Wesker is a clone. He's a clone of Albert Wesker. So you see him and the other 2 clones of Albert Wesker in a basement working on some shit. And then in walks OG original Albert Wesker. And he looks like fucking Blade. He comes in looking like fucking Blade because he's just like Albert Wesker, right? You know, he's got the fucking black cloak on, the fucking sunglasses, but because they made Albert Wesker black in this show, and for some reason also they decided to make this Albert Wesker the only one that has hair, he straight up looks like fucking Blade. And he comes down the basement and basically bitch slaps all the clones, to, basically like pulls his balls out and slaps them all in the face with his balls to show how he's in charge. Right? And then fucking some dudes are like, Albert Wesker, we know you're in there. This is an unauthorized use of Umbrella equipment. And they start shooting guns at him. He kills one of his clones. And then there's a firefight when security comes down there, and then he dips out the door. Once again, it's like, hey, remember what Wesker looked like in the games? Hey, remember that one time when he looked like that guy? There he is. That's the guy. Yeah, we know the Albert Wesker that we have in the show doesn't look like the one you remember, so there he is. He comes down the stairs, he slaps them with his dick, and then he runs at that door when they shoot at him. And you never see him again. Yeah, because member berries. Right? Because member berries. Like, fuck out of here. What was the purpose of that asshole coming down the stairs looking like fucking Blade? Other than to be like, hey, remember what he looked like in the games? Yeah, there he is. There's a guy you remember. Fuck out of here, bro. Let me see some woke stuff. There wasn't really that much woke stuff. The only woke shit that I really felt was in the first episode. When it was like a fucking literally all white neighborhood, like all the buildings are fucking white, and every person you saw was white. And then she's like, oh, we're the only fucking black people here. Like, that was really the only woke shit I saw. I didn't see anything woke outside of that, besides the fact that, Jade Wesker, when she's fucking in the present, she's running around like she's fucking Lara Croft, like she's a badass with a hairdo, like fucking, what's her name? Goddamn, what's the dumb bitch's name? The black chick from, Obi-Wan Kenobi. The fucking dumb Inquisitor that fucking got the drop on the Grand Inquisitor, fucking killed him. The bitch that survived being stabbed by Darth Vader not once, but twice. What the fuck's her name? Can you guys remember her fucking name? Fucking the Black Inquisitor from Obi-Wan Kenobi. Anyway, she's got her hair done like that. It looks fucking dumb. At one point, this stupid bitch... Again, the dumb choices they make, because she's working on this ship. That's where she lives. Her colony, her home base. Riva, thank you. Yeah, fucking Riva. Riva! As some YouTube channels call her. What was it? What the hell's the channel that says her name like that? I forgot what it's called, but the guy who does the channel, like his character's name is Victor Von Doomcock. Fucking funny-ass guy. Anyway. So her colony is like on a boat, like on a kind of like tanker ship, right? That's where her colony base is, and she works in a lab there as a chemist, trying to figure some shit out. And at one point, when she was in the prison facility place, she saw this one. Oh, this is the other thing. This is the other fucking thing. I don't know why they was gonna do this shit. Like, zombies are fucking zombies. All right? If you make a zombie show, call them fucking zombies. Stop coming up with new names for these fucking things, right? Because like The Walking Dead, they're like walkers, and then some other shows, they're shamblers, and then some other shows, there's something else. Listen, they're fucking zombies. Call them zombies. For some reason, in this show, there's zeros. That's what there's zeros. Oh, you see that zero out there? I've never seen a zero do that. Oh man, there's too many zeros out there. It's fucking. Why are they called zeros? It's fucking stupid. It sounds stupid. It's stupid. All right? But anyway, when she was at the prison facility, she saw this zero that could communicate with the other zeros. You can't see, but I'm putting up fucking air quotes. Zeros. So she saw this one ugly fat bitch zero that, like, when she screamed, could communicate with the other zeros. So her and this other chemist bitch who's pregnant with a baby are trying to understand what it is about this zero that can make her communicate with the others. And then they're like, hey, look at that gland on her neck. I've never seen a gland like that on zeros. It must be that gland. So they fucking like remove the gland and they start like combining enzymes and shit with it, trying to figure out what it is that makes the zero be able to communicate with the others. Either way, they figure it out by some fucking, TV show magic. They figure out what it is, and they've now created two enzymes. One, which in theory and in their testing would cause the virus to be repelled, and one that would cause the virus to be drawn to it. So, you spray this enzyme, and zombies won't even look at you. Like, they basically can't see you because they're blind anyway in this fucking show. You can literally stand right in front of a zombie, fucking almost nose to nose, and because you've got that enzyme over you, since they're blind, and they can't fucking hear, you'd be literally invisible to them. And then the other enzyme, if they sprayed it on you, would make you a fucking target. So, this is like a big breakthrough for them. And, they're going to dock in like 2 weeks. And, they're talking about how what we'll do is in 2 weeks when we dock, we'll test this shit. And the other girl's like, yeah, like they're on the same page. But then what does this dumb bitch do? she pulls a fucking zero onto the ship so that she can fucking test it by herself for some stupid... Evidently, she can't wait the 2 weeks. No, she needs to find out now, and she's not going to let anybody know. So she pulls it on the fucking ship, and she ties it up to this, like, little fucking ladder in there, like, by its wrists. And then her daughter comes in the lab and sees it. And then she explains to her daughter what she's going to do, and she's like, hey, stand right by the door, don't move. Because that's what a responsible mom does, who's testing some shit with a zombie that she has no idea what it's going to do. It is 100% a test. That's what a responsible parent does. Instead of saying, listen, I love you, I need to take care of this. Go outside, go talk to your dad, go play with your friends, whatever. She goes, no, stand over by the door. Stand in here with me and the zombie, all right? And of course, when she tests the shit and she gets all up in the zombie's face, the zombie doesn't see her. But her dumb fucking daughter decides, hey, I'm not gonna listen and I'm gonna get closer to see what happens. Zombie sees the daughter, starts freaking the fuck out, breaks off the little ladder, knocks fucking black chick on her fucking ass, and then starts hauling ass through the fucking ship. And then proceeds to fucking go to town eating the fucking pregnant fucking doctor who happened to be out on the boat. Just fucking going to town munching on her. Why? All because this bitch couldn't wait 2 weeks. Stupid. Fucking stupid. I'd have kicked her ass off the boat. I'd be like, listen, you're irresponsible. You got someone fucking killed. Fucking exiled you is, bitch. Exiled your ass is. Get the fuck off my boat. Fucking stupid, man. Just a bunch of stupid shit in the show. I can't even remember all the dumb shit, but there were just so many, like, eye-rolling moments where I was like, really? That's what we're doing now? Really? What the fuck? What the fuck is going on here? Oh, and then, they're trying to figure out, they find a secret lab, the daughters. I'm kind of all over the place because I'm remembering all these elements of the show, at different times. But there's one part where the daughters in the past found a secret lab under their house that their dad was working in. And they had heard rumors that Raccoon City, because they live in New Raccoon City in South Africa. That's where the show takes place, most of it is in New Raccoon City in South Africa. And they were told that in the original Raccoon City that there was like a gas leak and a big explosion, so that's what happened to Raccoon City, right? And then at some point they heard that it was nuked. And they're like, I don't know if that's true, it sounds like bullshit, whatever. While they're in the lab, they find a little box that says RC 1998. Like, it's literally labeled RC 1998, because that's how Albert Wesker labels shit in his lab. Anyway, they find a little DVD and they pop it in, and it's literally like fucking 8 seconds of video on the DVD that they watch, with a whole 3.5 seconds of Lisa Trevor. Once again, it's like, hey, remember that thing from that one time in that game? There it is! Hey, there it is! Look, we made this for you! Fuck off. Fuck off. And then, man, the bitch that's the fucking CEO of Umbrella, because of course that is one woke thing. Of course, the CEO of Umbrella is a woman, which, hey, okay, she's a woman who's also a lesbian and has a wife. Okay, why? Why? What does her being a lesbian and having a wife have anything to do with the show? How does it have anything to do with the plot? If you were to remove her being a lesbian and her having a wife from the show, would it change the show? Nope. It is literally in there just to be in there. There is no reason for her to have a wife and be a lesbian other than the fucking check boxes. So that is one kind of woke area. It's not that big a deal, but when I see shit like this, I'm not upset that it's there. I'm upset that I know why it's there, right? Like, it's the reason it's there that upsets me, not just the fact that it's there. Because if it was just in there, fine. But it's in there because people are like, oh, I need to check these fucking boxes and make these fucking fraction of a percent of people fucking happy. That's what annoys me about this shit. But it's not. It's honestly, it's not that bad. But it is fucking stupid. But anyway, so this CEO is trying to rush this Joy product to sale. And meanwhile, they've moved production of this product from Tijuana to South Africa because evidently there was an issue in Tijuana. What kind of issue? The zombie kind. There was some type of zombie outbreak in Tijuana that was a result of Joy. Right? A result of Joy. And she's trying to rush this product to market, and Albert Wesker's like, listen, it's not ready. It's not ready. Like, look what happened in Tijuana. It's not ready. We can't just rush this shit. And she's like, but think about how many lives it'll help. All these people with anxiety and depression. It'll save so many lives. And he's constantly saying, like, yo, bitch, billions of lives could be at risk if we just put this shit out there. And she's like, yeah, but the people with depression and anxiety, they will save those lives. And this is like, okay, if Tijuana was the only thing that happened, I could maybe kind of, sort of look at a CEO like her and be like, okay, she's just, you know, it's whatever. She's not really looking at that shit. But the fact this has taken place after Raccoon City. Raccoon City has already happened. They had to nuke a city off the face of the planet because of a zombie outbreak. Joy caused another zombie outbreak in Tijuana. And this dude's like, listen, we can't push this shit to market. And she's like, fuck it. Some people got depression and anxiety. I don't give a fuck that we killed millions of people in Raccoon City. I don't give a fuck that we killed countless more in Tijuana. That shit doesn't matter. What matters is the people with anxiety and depression. Come on, Albert. What are you doing? How can you not understand that we need to save the people with anxiety and depression and maybe nuke a city off the planet every once in a while? Like, that's the dumbest shit ever. Like, the risks at this point are 100% absolutely fucking known. And the risks aren't like, minor risks. No, the risks are fucking huge. But this bitch is worried about curating anxiety and depression? Fuck out of here, bitch. Fuck out of here. Give him a fucking a support animal to pet. The fuck out. You're gonna risk a zombie outbreak on a global scale because some people got anxiety and depression? That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. And like, if they would have gave her some like more evil fucking reason for wanting to do the shit, it may be more forgiving, right? But no, there isn't a more evil, nefarious reason for her trying to push Joy onto the market. It is literally that this dyke wants to cure depression and anxiety. I'm talking about the new Resident Evil show, Fat Mike. That's what it is. That's what it is. That is beyond fucking stupid. Beyond fucking stupid. She's also drugging her wife. She's like crushing up joy pills and just shoving them in her fucking wife's wine to keep her fucking happy. Like, what a bitch. But yeah, this bitch wants to risk a global outbreak of zombies to cure anxiety and depression. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. It's so fucking stupid. It is so fucking stupid. Let's see. Listen to Roundtable for you and Thrash, my G. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, bringing Azure what the fuck ever on a boat with a bunch of healthy people doesn't sound like a bad idea at all. Seriously, bro. It is the dumbest shit. The dumbest shit. Let's see. I'm cool with subtypes, bloaters, crawlers, etc. Not fully qualified names, but the valued ones. That makes sense, right? Because if you have zombies and then you have variations of the zombies, you need some way to differentiate, them from one another. So if the variations have different names other than zombie, that makes sense. Because if I say, hey, there's zombies out there, And you say, oh, regular zombies? I'm like, no, fucking, bloaters. Okay, that makes sense. But if I go, oh, there's zeros outside. Why are we calling them zeros? Fucking why? I've never heard them called zeros other than this show. I don't know if there's a reason why they're called zeros. I don't know if there's a bajillion Resident Evil games, right? There are many Resident Evil games I haven't played. Admittedly, there are lots of Resident Evil games I haven't played. Some like the fucking more kind of offshoot ones. Like I've played the mainline ones, but the ones that are kind of, spin-offs and shit, I haven't played all of those. And I don't know every single piece of Resident Evil lore. So maybe somewhere in Resident Evil lore they're called zeros. I don't know. But even if they are, that's fucking stupid. They're fucking zombies. Call them fucking zombies. Don't call them anything else. Call them fucking zombies. And I don't know why shows and games have this thing where they feel like our versions of zombies need a different name than other versions of zombies. It's fucking dumb. Just call them what they fucking are. Call them what they fucking are. Let's see. How dare you speak bad about the best 8+ hours of pure Resident Evil? Man, I wish it was. I wish it was, man. And when I saw in the trailers, the show didn't look that great in the trailers. But when I saw that they were going to have like giant spiders and shit, I was like, okay, that's kind of like the show or kind of like the games. Maybe it'll be alright. Nah, that spider is only in like one fucking episode for a little bit. And the other thing is, I'm pretty sure, I'd have to watch it again. I'm pretty sure in that episode that the spider had babies on its abdomen. Like it's one of those spiders that has all the babies that are all over it. It looked like in one of the scenes that it had all baby spiders all over its abdomen. That's what I was thinking was going to happen. I was thinking, oh, dude, they're going to fucking kill this giant spider. And then it's just going to fucking unleash hell when thousands of these fucking, like, kitty cat-sized spiders start coming off its fucking ass, hauling ass after them. That would have been fucking cool, but that never happened. I almost feel like I did see, I'd have to go back and see. I feel like I saw the babies on its abdomen in one scene. Either way, the spider's in there for like half a second. Lickers are in the show, guys. For about 15 seconds. You see like maybe 4 of them. Most of the time, all you see is people get fucking ripped away. Like, I don't know what the budget for this show was, but I can tell you that it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. The whole scene with the lickers, you barely fucking see them because it's cheaper to do it that way. Right? Like someone could try to explain, oh no, they did it this way because, no, fuck that. They did it that way because it was cost effective to do it that way. It saved them money to not have to show the lickers the whole time and just have people get flung off the goddamn screen by nothingness. That's cheaper than having to show lickers the whole fucking time. And of course the lickers are fucking tearing people up left and right, and then for some reason gets right in fucking Jade Wesker's face and doesn't do a fucking thing. It's just like all up in her face, like inches from her face. It was ripping everybody else apart. All like fucking 7 of them that are in this little, I forgot what they're in some type of room in some building. They're like a subway thing. What the fuck is it? I don't know. They drove into like some fucking type of building, and they're like in the fucking building, like on the roof and shit. But yeah, again, lickers are in there like, hey, remember those things from that one time in the game? Well, there they are. Hey, look at them. And it's like, fuck off, man. Fuck off. I don't know, man. Like I said, it's not, if you got nothing else to do, it's not a total waste of 8 hours. I mean, it's entertaining-ish. The other thing is, I don't know that this show is ever going to get a second season, but it ends on a fucking cliffhanger. It ends on a cliffhanger where the story is not resolved. There is no resolution to the story that you watch 8 hours of. So I watched 8 hours to not get the resolution of this story. Now, I have to hope that a second season arrives that resolves the story. Otherwise, I'm left saying, yo, what the fuck's gonna happen to these people? Right? Because that's the only reason that I really watched the show. I didn't really watch it because I was having fun. I didn't watch it because it was awesome. I watched it because I was like, alright, I want to see where this goes. I want to know what happens to these motherfuckers. I want to know how this ends. Right? I'm in it to see how does it end. They've robbed me of that by making it a cliffhanger show. So now I gotta hope that a second season drops so I can maybe, hopefully, in that season, get some resolution to the story. Otherwise, if they don't get a second season greenlit, which they may not, because as far as I can tell, not very many people are liking the show, you're gonna left not knowing what happens to these characters. I fucking hate that shit. Like, end the goddamn show. If you want to make a second season of the show, create a second story for that season. It can be a continuation of the first story, but it can be also independent of that first story. It doesn't have to be literally part 2 of that fucking season. Because that's really what it would be. If they make a season 2, it's really like season 1 part 2. Because it is straight a continuation of this season. Because this season technically never fucking ended. Fucking dumb. Fucking dumb. Let's see. You'd think the word zombie was copyrighted. You really would, man. You'd think like you have to pay money to use it. I don't, like, what was it? Freakers and fucking, what do you call it? Days Gone, they're freakers. Like, in The Last of Us, I can understand them being called something else because they're not zombies, right? They're not zombies. They're people infected with some type of fungus, so they're technically not zombies. And I guess technically they're not zombies in Days Gone either because they're not the dead come back to life. But any show or game where it's the dead that come back to life, they're fucking zombies. I don't give a shit if they run. I don't give a shit if they walk. They are zombies. It's whatever, man. It's just, I don't understand. Let's see. No, there wasn't anything called zeros in all 26 years of Resident Evil games. I didn't think so, man. I really didn't. At least The Boys Season 3 delivered. Yo, The Boys Season 3 was fucking awesome. That fucking show... That show hasn't missed yet for me, bro. That's 3 seasons in a row of fucking me saying, yo, fucking The Boys, bro. All 3 seasons were fucking dope. I wasted 8+ hours and knew it would be bad, but not this bad. It makes Paul Anderson films look like Lord of the Ring quality. Yeah, but the Paul W.S. Anderson films had a bigger budget too. That's what I was saying. This show, it's clear that they did not have a big budget for the show. It is very, very clear that the budget was not very big. It's just the special effects, like I said, are just not great. The sets are not great. The Umbrella fucking trooper outfits are not great. Their weapons look like fucking toys. Man, it's just... And, you know, if you can't get the budget, you can't get the budget. I understand that. But, I mean, you can still make a good show on a poor budget. This was a poor show made on a poor budget. And it sucks because they cast Lance Reddick as Wesker. Lance Reddick is utterly wasted on this show. Right? I mean, he does his thing, right? He does his Lance Reddick thing. Lance Reddick, let's be honest, bro. That dude's a G. Everything that dude is in, he's fucking awesome. He's also Lance Reddick in everything he's in, but he's fucking, dude. The dude does his job, right? And I don't know if that was where most of the budget went. I don't fucking know. But, yeah, man, it did not have the budget that it needed to be a full-on Resident Evil show. If it was named anything else, it wouldn't be that bad. But it's not named anything else. It's named Resident Evil. And I'm sorry, when it comes to zombies, there are 2 names in the zombie world, really. Well, right now, anyway. But Walking Dead and Resident Evil. Right? You got like Night of the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead and shit like that. But in terms of universes where, you know, there's these zombies, Walking Dead and Resident Evil are probably the 2 biggest names currently when it comes to zombies. So when you put the Resident Evil name on something, that shit needs to get some respect. But the respect has to be fucking earned, right? Like, when you slap the name Resident Evil on it, there's an expectation that comes with the fact that, yo, this ain't just some random zombie shit. No, bro, this is Resident fucking Evil. Right? It's no different than if I were to fucking show you a car and be like, check that out, bro. That's a fucking 2022 Audi. You have expectations of what that car is going to be like because it is an Audi or a Porsche or a fucking Bentley or any one of those luxury brands without even seeing the vehicle. If I say, yo, there's a brand new car coming out from, insert name of luxury manufacturer here, there are perceptions that you immediately have of what that vehicle is going to be like because of the name. Same shit with these shows, except that, they all suck. So my perception is it's probably going to be shit, but that's not what it should be, right? When you slap the Resident Evil name on it, I should have that same feeling I have with the cars, where I immediately have an understanding of the quality of the show, of what it's going to be like, because it's got the Resident Evil name. Unfortunately, and they do this a lot especially with video games, I feel like more than anything, that they take the name of the video game and they slap it on some fucking generic ass movie because they know it's gonna help sell tickets, or they know it's gonna help get eyeballs on the show. Because if it was some generic ass show, it would get less eyeballs. But if you throw the Resident Evil name on there, ooh, now you're gonna get some more eyeballs. Like that, I feel like that happens a lot with these fucking shows. And it's like I said, it's especially with video game adaptations. That's why I like that, PlayStation has formed its own PlayStation studio. They have their own film studio that they've created. And Nintendo just created their own as well, for their animated films and shit that they're planning on making. Which I think is going to lend itself to, when we do see these properties adapted, that they are going to have that respect that they deserve, right? Like The Last of Us as an HBO show. I don't know if that's going to be a good show or not, but the fact that it's on HBO and not some other fucking bullshit streaming service, that, makes me feel a little bit more optimistic about it. The fact that it's PlayStation Studios making it in conjunction with whatever other production companies. It's not some fucking random studio who paid PlayStation money to be able to use the Last of Us name and slap it on whatever fucking movie they decide to make or show they decide to make, right? So I'm hoping that things like the Ghost of Tsushima movie, the God of War show, that these things end up being fucking awesome because PlayStation is the one that is producing them themselves with their own movie production company. And I wish that was the case with more things. But we'll see, because those things could suck too, man. The Last of Us show could be shit. The Ghost of Tsushima movie could be shit. The God of War show could be shit. We don't know if they're going to be good or not. I'm just hoping that they are. But I think there's a better chance of them being good when you have the studio producing them, versus some other company saying, hey, here's $15 million, we want to license the title of your game. Which is what normally happens in these fucking shows and movies. But then again, some cosplayers can get props to look magnificent. Dude, seriously. There are some cosplayers that have shit that look better than any of the shit in these shows. Like the Umbrella Corporation's armor, their body armor in this show, fucking stupid. Also, at what point will the Umbrella Corporation decide to provide their soldiers with armor that is impervious to bites? At what fucking point? Right? At what point will you give them some type of armor that is impervious to being fucking bitten? But anyway, they do look like shit. They look cheap. They look like some, shit that some sci-fi channel was going to make a show with some armored soldiers, and the show never got made, so these fucking outfits were lying somewhere in a fucking closet, and they're like, hey, give me those, and slap an Umbrella logo on the shoulder, it'll be fine, right? They look uninspired. They do. And again, this comes back down to the budget, right? And I understand when you have a small budget, everything can't be fucking awesome, right? But still, like, the CGI is not bad, right? I mean, there's some shoddy CGI here and there, but for the most part, the CGI, not bad. And CGI often is the most expensive part of the show or movie. So I could see if the CGI was also absolute shit. But the CGI is not that bad. Everything else, though, everything else, all of the zombie makeup, shit. All of the Umbrella Corporation armored soldiers, shit. Their helicopters look like shit. That CGI is kind of shitty. Their helicopter CGI is shit. But that helicopter looks like shit. Again, just uninspired, man. Uninspired. Hey, man, do you plan on playing The Last of Us Remake? It depends on if there's anything else out at that time. I don't know. I'd have to know how much different it is, right? Like, I know it's the first game, but using all the elements and all the mechanics from, The Last of Us Part 2. But I have to know how much different is that really making the game before I buy it. So I'll probably wait for some early reviews to come out before I decide whether or not I'm going to pre-order that game. Because I've played the first one twice on PS3, and I've played the remaster twice on PS4. So I've played through that fucking game a total of 4 times, right? And I don't know that giving it Last of Us Part 2 mechanics alone is going to be enough of a change to make going through that game a 5th time really a necessity, right? And let's be honest, I'm not fucking raking in the cash. I'm a dude chilling here on disability, right? I'm sitting home making only disability. I'm not exactly loaded, so I don't have money to throw at every fucking game that comes out. So if that game is not going to be that much of a difference from the original, I'll probably spend my $70 on a different game. But we'll see. We shall see. Aside from the first 2 movies, all the live-action adaptations of Resident Evil were garbage, and they got worse with each new entry. Dude, even the first 2 were garbage, bro. The first 2 were garbage. The only thing that was cool about the second one was Nemesis. Nemesis was cool in that. The zombie titties, right? The second one, we saw some zombie titties when Mike Epps crashed his car. And then you had outfits that were kind of, accurate to the video games, because you had, what's her name? What the hell's her name? That was in the fucking police station. I can't remember her fucking name. She had the blue skirt. But her skirt was like in the game. But, man, those movies honestly were not good. But those were probably better than the rest by a long shot. But they still, by themselves were not that great. The Last of Us is going to take over for the best zombie TV show. The budget dwarfs The Walking Dead and any RE movies TV show combined. The characters playing Joe and Ellie are okay, amazing actors, just not the look. Yeah, man, I love Pedro Pascal, but he doesn't look like Joel. And I'm sorry, that weird bitch from Game of Thrones that they got to play Ellie, dude, I don't know what it is. Her eyes are too far apart. She looks like she's a fucking chameleon. She's ugly. I'm sorry. She's fucking ugly, weird looking. She doesn't look like Ellie, right? Is Pedro Pascal gonna do that slight southern drawl that Joel has? That Joel has, right? Is he gonna sound like Joel, or is he gonna sound like Pedro Pascal? I also don't see the reason for why they had to race swap the main character of the show. Why did they need to race swap Joel and Tommy? Why? There's zero reason to race swap them other than, fuck it, we'll give it less white people. I don't see any reason other than them saying, let's make it less white people. Because there is no reason. Like, Joel and Tommy are white. I'm sorry if people don't like that Joel and Tommy are white. Joel and Tommy are fucking white. Is what it is. So I'm annoyed at the race swap, but I'll reserve my final judgment for when I see the show. But when I look at Pedro and fucking Lady Mormont from Game of Thrones over there. I don't see Joel and Ellie. Maybe when I see them in motion, maybe when I hear them talk, I'll see Joel and Ellie. But in the still images, all I see is Joel and Ellie cosplayers. And I think that different casting could have been better. But, again, I will reserve my final judgment for when the show comes out. Let's see. You have to have execs that know the lore, like Kevin Feige for Star Wars series and Disney Plus, unlike Kathleen Kennedy. Dude, they need to give Star Wars over to fucking Jon Favreau, right? Let Jon Favreau and, what's his name? The dude that always wears the fucking cowboy hats. What the fuck's his name? I can't think of his fucking name. But let Jon Favreau take over for Star Wars. Kathleen Kennedy is fucking it up. Let Jon Favreau have it. Jon Favreau's been doing a great job with Mandalorian. Let him fucking take over it. Kathleen Kennedy, and Kathleen Kennedy's brought us some amazing shit over the years, right? Some of the greatest shows and movies, ever. We have Kathleen Kennedy to thank for that. But when it comes to Star Wars, that bitch be fucking it up. Capcom sold the license like a cash grab with no collaboration in the production, and Netflix shot on a budget. So all of them are really responsible. Capcom should be more involved in the production. They should, man. Like I said, you want to see a great Resident Evil movie? Try to find Resident Evil Degeneration. Resident Evil Degeneration, like I said earlier, takes place in a fucking airport. There's a fucking outbreak in the airport. It's got Leon Kennedy and Claire Redfield in it. And it's fucking awesome. It feels like you're watching the game come to life. It's probably the best Resident Evil show or movie or anything outside the games. It really is. Why do fanboys moan about paying $70 for games when their studios don't make games for their consoles that are worth paying $70 for? If you're talking about Xbox dudes crying about PlayStation games being $70, I don't fucking know. Listen, I don't mind paying $70 for quality games. I also understand that the fucking budgets of these games, like back in the early 90s when we were paying $60 for games, they were made by teams of 13 people and were made for like $7 million. Now we got games that are made by staff of hundreds of people that cost tens of millions of dollars. And the game is still just supposed to be $60? Like, I understand that the game costs a lot more money to make. Not every game should be $70, right? If it's some fucking small indie game and they want to charge $70, they can eat a bag of dicks. But if it's a full-on AAA game and they feel like charging $70 for it, I don't mind it, right? I don't mind it. If it's a full-on AAA fucking tens of billions of dollar budget game, I don't mind them charging $70, and I don't mind paying $70. I understand why they're charging more money for it. I would rather pay $70 for games any day of the week than pay $60 for games and have them filled with microtransactions and battle passes and other bullshit to make the extra money. I'd rather them take the extra $10 from me up front for the game than charge me $10 less and then try nickel and diming people for bullshit that they remove from the game to sell back to us. And I know there are going to be $70 games that do that also, and to those games I say fuck you. But I personally don't mind paying $70 for games. I don't understand the fucking big deal. And I do understand the big deal. Why do they make a big deal about it and they cry about it? Because their console still charges $60, and it's not that they are upset that PlayStation is charging $70. That's their way of bragging about, you gotta pay $70 and we don't. And it's like, cool story. Our game's winning Game of the Year and yours don't. Like, I don't give a fuck. I say it all the time. I'll say it again. 10 fucking years. Xbox hasn't had even a single game nominated for Game of the Year. In 10 fucking years. 2021, It Takes Two won. The year before that, Last of Us Part 2, and I don't think that was the only PlayStation game nominated that year. PlayStation games got nominated last year. PlayStation games got nominated in 2020, in 2019, in 2018, in 2017. Like, PlayStation games get nominated almost every year, and they occasionally win Game of the Year. I don't mind paying $70 for the games from this studio who makes games worthy of being nominated for Game of the Year. You want to complain that I pay $70 for games over here? Complain all you fucking want. Your games don't get nominated for Game of the Year. The games over here do. I'll pay $70 all day for Game of the Year quality AAA games. Do not care. Does not bother me. Just doesn't. I buy games mostly on sale, otherwise I'd be broke paying full price. Hey man, you do what you gotta do. Like, there's some occasions where there's games that, AAA games, where I may be mildly interested in them, but I really don't want to pull the trigger and pay $60 up front. And I'll wait for them to go on sale and I'll pick them up later. That way, if, they're games I was kind of iffy on anyway. That way, if they are not that great, hey, at least I didn't pay $60 for a not great game. Some people gotta buy games on sales. It is what it is. Let's see. Let's be real though. These companies don't need to charge $70. They would still be making hand over fist if it was still $60. These companies just want more money. Well, yeah, but again, Terrence, of course they want more money. That's their job, is to only make money. But again, the budgets of the games have increased exponentially, dude. Right? Explain to me how it's fair that companies in 2022 sell games for the same price they sold them in 1992. When in 1992, the game cost $5 million to produce, and in 2022, they cost $50 million to produce. Right? Or whatever the budget is now. Because it's exponentially higher. Explain to me, and again, none of this really affects me, but explain to me how you see it as okay that they charge the same price for a product that now costs them exponentially more money to make. Yes, part of charging $70 is greed and they want more money. But part of it is also that they have spent a fuck ton more money to produce these games. A fuck ton more money. Like, let me look up some shit. God of War PS2 budget. Let's see. So the budget for God of War 3, which was on PS3, was 44 mil. Let's see what it was for 2018. Let's see. Fucking. I wish there was a place that just listed all the fucking budgets for these games. Got the answer for me? This got the answer for me? No, it does not. Oh, fuck. Sorry, fucking nerve pain. Trying to find the budget of fucking God of War on PS2, the original. God of War, PS2 budget. I'm not gonna keep looking for. I can't find the fucking where that shit's listed. But either way, the point is the games cost a lot more money to produce now than they did before. So I don't mind them trying to charge more money. Like, listen, when you're in business, sometimes the cost of goods goes up, and what happens when the cost of goods goes up? Price of the products goes up. It's like you go in the fucking supermarket. Go into your supermarket and the cost for your groceries is going to fluctuate because the cost for them to harvest those crops for this season could have been less, could have been more. It's going to constantly fluctuate, right? You're talking about something that has had a fixated price for 30 years to us as the consumer, although the cost for them as the developer has exponentially increased. You know, that makes it much, much harder on the developers because now they can't, you know, they're taking a much larger risk. You make a game for $100 million, you're taking a much larger risk that if that game flops, you're out all that money, right? That's a much smaller risk to fucking make a game for 100 mil and it flopped than making the game for 5 mil and it flopped. So these companies are taking larger risks with each game that they make. And, you know, I understand that, yeah, if the game is amazing, people are going to buy a lot of copies, and at $60 a pop, they're still going to make a lot of money. Yeah, they are. They are going to make a lot of money. But fucking, they want 70. I don't fault them for asking for 70. I understand the reasons for it, right? Is greed part of the reason? Absolutely. But greed is part of the reason for everything. I can't fault companies for just, you know, for having a little bit of greed as part of the reason. But the other part of the reason, of course, is the increased cost of development. And if you think that Xbox games are going to be only $60 forever, you're out of your fucking mind. They're going to have to do the same shit too. I guarantee you there will be a day where Xbox charges $70 for fucking games. That shit's just going to happen. Let's see, y'all. Piracy is the present and the future. I hope not, man. Piracy fucking ruins everything. PlayStation made the right call with the game trials. It helps justify the price tag of the games. You get to play and determine if the game is worth the money firsthand. True, but let's be honest. Game trials should be available to everybody, right? Like, game trials is one of the things that shouldn't be hidden behind a paywall. Because while one could look at it and say, hey, PlayStation's doing right by the consumer by allowing game trials so you can decide whether or not that game is worth your money. At the same time, those game trials are behind a paywall of a fucking premium version of PS Plus. So even if you decide not to buy the game, you've still given them money because you've decided to purchase the upgraded version of PS Plus. So if they were really trying to be good, everybody should have gotten game trials. Demos were free, right? Demos used to be free. There's a whole demo section of the fucking PlayStation Store for free demos, because that's what demos are. Free fucking little experiences of the game. And that's all a game trial is, really. It's an extended demo because they're giving you the full game, but a limited time window to experience it. Right? Oh no, that's... For the game trials, I think they're making individual experiences, if I remember correctly. I forget exactly what it is, if it's individual experiences or if it's the full game, but you have a timer. I forgot exactly how they're doing it. But either way, everybody should have access to that. To put it behind the paywall is kind of scummy. So, yes, you know, thumbs up PlayStation, at the same time, thumbs down PlayStation, because it is kind of scummy. Psychonauts 2 got nominated last year, my guy. That's an Xbox game, isn't it? No, sir. Psychonauts 2 is on PlayStation as well. It's a multiplat. It's the last game made by Double Fine. Now, Double Fine is an Xbox studio, but they acquired Double Fine after they started work on Psychonauts 2. And Psychonauts 2 released as a multi-platform game. You can play Psychonauts 2 on PlayStation 4 and 5. So it getting nominated does not count. Sorry. If you don't feel like the game is not worth $70, wait till it's on sale. Facts. Or just let Star Wars die. Everybody is dragging its dead body around for TV shows and prequels, just like Halo 4. No, man, they don't have to let it die. Listen, the thing is that they need to fucking forget the fucking Skywalkers, alright? Not everything needs to revolve around the fucking Skywalkers. The galaxy is fucking infinite, right? You can tell the story of Star Wars that takes place somewhere completely different that has nothing to do with the Skywalkers at all. No connection to the fucking Skywalkers. Tell a different story of different events. Tell us fucking, make a fucking Knights of the Old Republic show. Give us a High Republic show. Like, there are so many cool things they can do with Star Wars and the lore, but they keep fixating on the fucking Skywalkers. Leave them the fuck alone. Let the Skywalkers rest. Is Ragnarok 60 or 70 for PS4? Ragnarok is 60 for PS4. PS4 games are never 70. They're only 70 on PS5. Uncharted, God of War, Ghost of Tsushima, I'm guessing is GOT. Gran Turismo, Spider-Man, and The Last of Us are always day ones for me. Yeah, with those games, I don't really, there's games that I say, risk, but usually PlayStation first-party games are, 0 to no risk games for me. I know what they are, I understand what they are, and when I buy them, it's because I already know they're going to be fucking great, so. Psychonauts 2 was average and was crowdfunded. It was, dude. Listen, Psychonauts 2, like, when you play Ratchet & Clank is just like the old Ratchet & Clank games, but it looks like it's a game that was made in 2022 or 2021, whatever the fuck it came out, right? It looks like it's a current gen game, even though it's got the same characters as the original PlayStation games, even though it's got the same, or PS2 games, even though it has the same, type of mechanics as those PS2 games. It looks like a game made in fucking 2022 or 2021, whenever the fuck it came out. It looks like a modern game. Psychonauts 2 looks like a game that is a direct sequel to the original game. It looks like it was made the same year as the original game. They did nothing to modernize the game. Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, they took a PS2 game and modernized it. As they have over the years, they've continued to modernize that character and those games so that they always looked current gen. Psychonauts 2 doesn't look current gen. It looks like a fucking last gen game. It plays like a last gen game. Is there creative, quirky, whimsical shit in it? Sure. Does being just creative, fun, and whimsical mean you get nominated for Game of the Year? No. And that's why this game got nominated, because it was creative and fun and whimsical. Listen, the game that won Game of the Year, It Takes Two, the whimsical and creativeness in that game fucking defecated all over Psychonauts 2. Every single stage in It Takes Two, the level of creativity and thought and how they were going to use everyday objects to make these new crazy landscapes and areas for you to explore and play in. Fucking shit all over Psychonauts 2. So I'm glad that It Takes Two won Game of the Year. It was deserving, and it was the much better game versus Psychonauts 2. Psychonauts 2 is generic shit. Sorry. It is what it is. I tried playing it, couldn't get through it. Got bored. Let's see. Hey, Super, it's been a while since I tuned in for the live stream. I'm currently building my first PC. Exciting but frustrating process nonetheless. Well, man, have fun with that. Building PCs can be a lot of fun. Building anything can be a lot of fun. I think if you're a guy, it's kind of hard to not enjoy building things and putting shit together. And at the end of the day, seeing the fruits of your labor, right? Like in your case, building a PC to have this cool rig, I'm assuming for gaming, a cool gaming rig that you put together yourself. So have fun with that, man. Let's see. Huge way to combat $70 games is to wait for a sale. Yeah, I mean the huge way to combat paying full price for anything is wait for a sale. Mandalorian and Obi-Wan Kenobi, in my opinion, are fire. Book of Boba Fett is okay. Alright, let's talk about Obi-Wan Kenobi, because I'm sorry, bro. Obi-Wan Kenobi is shit. It is absolute. First of all, the show should not be called Obi-Wan Kenobi. The show should be called Reva, because the show is not about Obi-Wan Kenobi. The show is about Reva. Obi-Wan Kenobi's just in it. Also, Obi-Wan Kenobi is a fucking weak, fucking neutered bitch. They took Obi-Wan Kenobi's nuts and fucking ripped them off and threw him somewhere in the fucking sands of fucking Tatooine. He's a fucking bitch in the show. First of all, I don't know. Have they shown in Star Wars where if you don't use the Force, if you haven't used it in a couple years, you just evidently lose your ability to use it? Like, I don't remember seeing that in the fucking in the Star Wars universe. Also, you got to remember that Obi-Wan Kenobi's entire reason for existing post Episode 3 is to keep an eye on Luke. Keep an eye on Luke, not Leia. Leia, not Obi-Wan's responsibility to keep an eye on Luke, A, and B, train Luke in the ways of the Force when he comes of age. Explain to me if not using your Jedi powers causes them to fucking go dormant or fucking just kind of disappear or wither away. How the fuck is Obi-Wan supposed to train Luke in anything when he comes of age? How? Explain it to me. There is no reason for Obi-Wan to have no powers other than they needed him to not have powers. For the show that they made, in order for it to be called Obi-Wan, first of all, Obi-Wan needed to be in it, even though really he didn't need to be in it because it's Reva's story, but they needed Obi-Wan in it, and in order for it to not end after 2 episodes, because Obi-Wan would have fucking murked everybody, they had to take his powers away with some bullshit reason. That's what it is. It's a bullshit reason. So, A, the reason why he has no Force, bullshit. B, he leaves Luke. Number one responsibility to keep an eye on Luke. He leaves Luke to go after Leia. Not his responsibility. What if something happened to Luke while he was going after something that's not his responsibility? Fucking stupid. Also, like I said, Reva gets the drop on the Grand Inquisitor. She got the drop on the Grand Inquisitor and stabs him through the chest. Of course, you know, he doesn't die. He comes back, he's alive. He's actually almost perfectly fine, almost completely unharmed, because evidently in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, when you get a fucking lightsaber shoved through you, you don't die. Okay? Because Reva was stabbed with the lightsaber not once, but twice. And who stabbed Reva? Wait for it. Anakin Skywalker, time number 1. And Darth Vader, time number 2. So technically, Anakin fucking Skywalker stabbed her twice with a lightsaber, and she didn't die. Evidently, he's the worst fucking lightsaberer on Earth. Because evidently, when he stabs people with lightsabers, they don't die. Oh, Qui-Gon Jinn, Darth Maul stabbed him, dead. Pretty much anybody else gets stabbed with the lightsaber, dead. Reva, stabbed twice by Anakin fucking Skywalker, she's okay. Reva stabs the Grand Inquisitor, he's okay. This is the show that you say is fire? This is your fire show, sir? Not to mention that stupid ass fight when Darth Vader first fucking saw Obi-Wan. First of all, that was the only cool part about that show is when he was walking down the fucking street and just fucking force ripping people out of buildings. Fucking ripped that kid out of that fucking building. Fucking broke his fucking neck, threw him on the ground. I was like, yo, Vader's fucking murking motherfuckers, as he should. But then there was that fight with Obi-Wan where they were playing fucking hide and seek because Obi-Wan doesn't want to use his lightsaber. They're playing fucking hide and seek. And then when Vader finally found him and whoops his fucking ass, as he should, he takes fucking Obi-Wan, and after setting some fire, because there's this weird shit on the ground, Darth Vader puts his lightsaber to it, causes it to ignite and fire, then takes Obi-Wan and force drags his ass into the fire. Force drags him into the fucking fire to burn like he did on fucking Mustafar. And then he fucking uses his force to force push Obi-Wan back and instantly puts the fire out. Instantly puts it out. And now, for some reason, even though we know that Darth Vader has the force and can straight up lift people up, because he straight lifted Obi-Wan up and pulled him towards him, he now says, Stormtroopers, do me a favor, go grab that bitch. Evidently, I can't be bothered to drag him over with the force. You go get him. Why? I don't know, but because reasons, right? And then the Imperial bitch, who's really a fucking spy, uses her blaster to shoot that shit that Darth Vader ignited with his lightsaber and cause the fires to enrage again. And now all of a sudden it's like, oh my god, there's fire here. We can't get to him. How am I supposed to get to Obi-Wan? There's fire here now. I don't know. A, you could just walk around it because it ends right there. A. Or B, you can force it out like you did the first time. You started the fire. You put the fire out. That bitch starts the fire. Oh my god. What am I gonna do? I don't know. Put it out like you did when you started it before. Why doesn't he? I don't know. Reasons. This is your fire show, sir? Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. And what about when Obi-Wan was walking through that fucking, that base with Leia under his fucking cloak, looking like fucking Mike Myers in Austin Powers, where he was on top of the shoulders of fucking Mini-Me with that big-ass cloak? Like he's just got this giant growth coming out of his body. Nobody spots him? Nobody notices him? Really? The dumbest shit ever. The dumbest fucking shit ever. Again, this show was not a show about Obi-Wan Kenobi. This show was about Reva, but if they made a Star Wars show called Reva and the Adventures of fucking Princess fucking what's her name? Jesus Christ, I can't remember her fucking name. Leia. If they called the show the fucking Reva and the Adventures of fucking Princess Leia, people would be like, I'm not watching that show. It sounds like shit. So what do? They insert, and not even insert, they fucking shoehorn in one of the most beloved characters in all of Star Wars. Then they neuter him with some bullshit reasons because it's the only way he can effectively be in the story and have it kind of somewhat work. Because if Obi-Wan was in there with powers, with his Jedi powers, the shit would have ended after episode 1. So they take his powers away from him, and he runs around shooting people with blasters for fucking, 80% of the goddamn show. It's fucking stupid. And then after Reva stabs the Grand Inquisitor, Obi-Wan and Leia go to basically a port. Imagine that, all of our ports that we have in this world where we have, cargo ships that leave the port and take goods across the sea to other places. It was basically the space version of that. So she loses them in some fucking shipping place. And then it's like, blast! I don't know where they went. How about this, bitch? You go to the person that runs the place and you say, listen, I need the logs of all the ships that left this place in the last 15 minutes, and I need to know where they're going. Done! You found them. You fucking found them. What does Reva do? She goes, oh, I don't know where they went. I shall go walk over here and do some other bullshit. Dumb. Or how about the bait and switch? Oh, there was a good bait and switch in there. Vader's coming through, and they're trying to escape on this ship, right? Vader's coming through, and you see a ship take off, and Vader fucking grabs it with his force, stops it from taking off, and then fucking basically rips that shit to the ground. And as it's fucking blowing up and shit, you realize, oh, they gave him a bait and switch. They weren't in that ship. They were in a ship that was right behind that ship that you didn't see. And the second ship takes off and they get away. Why didn't Vader just go, force grab? Are you guys, did you not just see me force grab that ship? What makes you think I can't force grab you? Fuck, get your ass back here, you bait and switching cocksucking motherfuckers. Get your ass down here and rip their ship in fucking half. But no, he goes fucking force grab, gotcha bitch, on the first ship, drags it down, breaks it, and then the second ship takes off and he's like, oh, they got away. Fuck out of here. This is your fire show, sir? This is the show that you say is fire? Bro, I don't want to ever ask you where the hot bitches be in the club. So I'll be like, yo, where the hot bitches at? And you'd be like, them over there. I'll be like, that fucking bitch with the peg leg that's like 500 pounds and the hump on her back. You'd be like, yeah, doing the Birdman hands. Yeah, those are 10s, Nova. Fuck out of here. Honestly, hey, if you enjoyed the show, everybody's entitled to their opinion. You can enjoy the show. I just personally don't understand how you can watch a show where these things happen and not sit there and go, what the fuck was that? Right? Like, what the fuck was that? Too many times I had to do that. And there was cool shit that happened. Like I said, Vader coming down that street menacing, just ripping people out of fucking shop windows and dragging them on the floor, ripping that fucking kid out of his house and snapping his neck in front of his family. I was like, oh shit! Right? Because before that, Vader had never done shit. The coolest thing Vader had ever done was like the last 6 seconds of Rogue One, where he fucking comes in that fucking room and he's just like fucking deflect, slice, deflect your shit, slice, force push you up into the fucking ceiling, slice your ass in half while you're up there, fucking choke you, deflect, slice, and just murks like 13 people like a fucking G. That was like the coolest thing Vader has ever done, probably still is. But him just walking down the street, just murdering those people, was dope. Him force grabbing that first ship was dope until the second ship fucking took off. Like, there were cool elements of the show. And that was really all of them. The rest was all shit. It was all shit. None of it was cool. Leia was an annoying fucking bitch. I couldn't stand Leia. Couldn't fucking stand her. She was the most annoying fucking pain in the ass. And it's because they were trying to say, hey, look, we're trying to show you that she's like force sensitive. You see, like she can kind of see people. She can like read people because she's kind of like force sensitive. Fuck out of here with this fucking retconned bullshit. Leia wasn't force sensitive. Fucking what's his name that made episode fucking 8? He can eat a dick for giving her force powers in that, and they can eat more dicks for giving her extra force powers in episode 9, and showing her training with Luke, sparring with Luke, and beating Luke, the most powerful Jedi next to Yoda. Didn't you know when Leia and Luke were kids, they sparred with lightsabers, and Leia beat Luke? Didn't you know? Because Leia's got a vagina, and vaginas are strong, guys. If you got tits in a vagina, you're strong. You're stronger than men, and we need to show you that. So Leia, who never did shit other than look super fucking hot when she was a sex slave to Jabba the Hutt, is now not only Luke's equal, but she's better than Luke. Fuck out of here. So we get retconned fucking baby Leia, who is an annoying fucking cunt the entire goddamn show. I'd let her fucking go. When she took off on Obi-Wan, I'd be like, fucking bye, bitch. I don't need to be here anyway. I'm supposed to be watching your brother. I came here, fuck off. I came here to help you. You don't want my help? Fuck off. Fuck off. Go get, turn into a sex slave someplace. I don't give a fuck. That's what he should have done. Let's see. I miss demos. It's so damn rare now, dude. I miss demos too, man. I used to fucking go rip the fucking, when I was a kid, I would go to the supermarket and fucking rip demo discs out of like fucking PlayStation Magazine and Eurogamer and shit like that. Was it Eurogamer? I don't think it was Eurogamer. I know PlayStation Magazine was definitely one of them. Nintendo fucking Power, but I don't think they ever had demos. I'm trying to think what the other fucking gaming magazines were. Either way, I would go there and rip the demos out of them. I remember I had a demo disc for Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. And it was just the warehouse. That's all it was. It was the warehouse and a 2-minute timer. And when I tell you that me, my friends, and my cousin played that fucking demo for probably cumulatively weeks of time. Not like we played it 4 weeks. I mean, if you were to fucking take all the time we played the game and put it together, cumulatively, it would equal weeks of time. We played the fuck out of that demo disc. We broke the brakes off of it, right? Man, I missed that. It also had Ape Escape on there, but I couldn't play it because I didn't have the original DualShock with the dual analog sticks. I didn't have the original PlayStation controller with the dual analog sticks, so I couldn't play the Ape Escape demo. I mean, you could start it, but you couldn't play it because you needed the dual analog sticks. But yeah, I miss the demos too, man. Trials should be free. Agreed, they should be free. Like, it's cool that PlayStation's giving people trials. It's also fucking shady they're putting it behind a paywall. Let's see. I gotta scroll back up here. Let's see. Actually, jump back into Cyberpunk 2077. I'm actually enjoying it. Dude, it may be a better game now, but I already beat that game, and I have no desire to go back into that game. I actually thought Psychonauts was Xbox exclusive till about 3 months ago. It's because Xbox allowed people to think it is exclusive, right? Like, they didn't do anything to let you know it was on other platforms, as they shouldn't. Like, why should they? And it was never advertised really as being on other platforms. So unless you knew, you didn't know. It was now a PlayStation, or I'm sorry, an Xbox studio. So they were all too happy to let people think it was an exclusive. But no, it's a multi-plat. Oh, how about this, Nova? Forza Horizon 5 got nominated for Game of the Year at both DICE and BAFTA, which are way more prestigious than Jeff Keighley's awards. Good for them, but aren't the BAFTAs for, like, technical shit? And listen, that's great. If it got nominated for Game of the Year at DICE and BAFTA, good for Forza Horizon 5. The only Game of the Year that I give a fuck about is the Game of the Year. Right? Because Game of the Year at the Game of the Year Awards is the biggest Game of the Year award. I don't give a fuck how prestigious you say DICE and the BAFTAs are. The biggest Game of the Year award is the one from the Game Awards. Has been since it started. Right? That's like me saying, your actor didn't get nominated for Best Actor. And like, yeah, not at the Oscars, but he won some fucking award over here. He got nominated for Best Actor over here, and he won an award. Good for him. Did he win an Oscar? No? Then shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Also, it got nominated for Game of the Year at the BAFTA and DICE Awards. Luis, did it win Game of the Year? No? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I would still like to see Luke. We got gypped because you can see young Luke, then you see Luke in Jedi Infancy and Return of the Jedi. Bro, we did not get the Luke Skywalker battles that we deserved. They did him dirty in the sequels. First of all, what's her name? Rey whooped his ass in sparring again because she's got a vagina. And in case you didn't know, guys, vaginas are powerful, more powerful than penises. If you have a vagina, you're more powerful. It's more powerful than a penis. Women are more powerful than men, didn't you know, guys? So Rey whoops his ass. We should have at least in episode 8 or episode 9 gotten a scene of Luke Skywalker just fucking tearing people apart, right? The best we got was that one scene at the end of Mandalorian Season 2, where Luke just fucking destroys all those fucking Death Troopers, whatever the fuck they were called. Sith Troopers. He destroys all the Sith Troopers. The puzzles in It Take Two was so damn imaginative. It looks like a ton of fun. Dude, the puzzles in It Takes Two, everything in It Takes Two. The imagination, the creativity, top notch. Let's see. Always the bait and switching these new shows. Facts. Supernova, did you watch the Starfield gameplay? Yes, I did. And listen, as someone who is admittedly excited for Starfield because I love the Elder Scrolls and I love Fallout, so the idea of that in space, I was excited for. Admittedly, when I saw the gameplay, I was not impressed. I really wasn't. So I hope they tighten it up a bit. Hey, Never, what's your take on Skate 4 being free to play? Honestly, probably the best thing for it, right? This isn't the late 90s. Nobody gives a shit about skate games anymore. A skate game is not gonna sell copies, right? It's not gonna sell a lot of copies. So the best thing they could have done is make it free to play and fill it with microtransactions and shit. Is it the best thing for us? No. Definitely not the best thing for us. Best thing for them. Because no one was gonna buy that fucking game. But because they didn't want to take the risk on it, they make it free to play. They fill it with microtransactions and a bunch of other bullshit. So I'll tell you what, I'm not going to play it. I'm not. I get it, they waited too long to show the real Obi-Wan, but still enjoy the show. Reva's story wasn't bad. Again, if you enjoyed the show, you know, you're entitled to. I didn't. I thought Reva's fucking stupid. Reva's story itself, if you just took the story, the idea of a youngling who survived Order 66, right? And became an Inquisitor. Basically a double agent, right? Became an Inquisitor with the sole reason of getting close to Darth Vader to try to kill him. That story is intriguing. That story is cool. That's not the story we were told. We got bits and pieces of that story, but that's not the story they told. That would have been a cool story. The problem is if they would have made a show and told us that's what it was, and just said it's called Reva, because it has the name Reva, and people are like, who the fuck is Reva? It wouldn't get the eyeballs that they really need. So what do? They go, it's Obi-Wan! Obi-Wan! Yeah, it's the Obi-Wan show, guys! Even though it's really the Reva show. And they have to shoehorn him in there in places. If it was just the story of Reva going from a youngling who survived Order 66 to becoming an Inquisitor, like the trials and tribulations of becoming an Inquisitor, of getting close to Vader, of getting on his good side, and then turning on him in an attempt to kill him to avenge, all the people that he killed. That would have been a cool show, not the show they gave us. Everyone is so excited about God of War Ragnarok, but I'm looking forward to Stray. I mean, I'll play Stray, but I'm not hyped for it. But stabbing somebody with a lightsaber, the wounds would be burnt together as soon as it's pulled out. Okay, listen, I've heard this shit. This is an apologist answer. Oh, no, Nova, because you understand, it cauterizes the wound. As soon as they get stabbed, it cauterizes the wound. And if they didn't hit any vital organs, then they're good to go. Fuck off. Fuck off. Any other time you see someone stabbed with a lightsaber in Star Wars, that's death. I don't want to see, oh, well, you don't understand. They missed the spleen by a quarter of an inch. They completely missed the lungs. And they only hit part of the intestines. And it's all soldered. Fucking, not soldered. It's all, what do you call it? Fucking cauterized. It's all cauterized. He's good. Fuck that. Any other time in Star Wars where you were stabbed with the lightsaber, that is death. Reba survived being stabbed twice by Darth fucking Vader. If Darth Vader can't stab somebody and effectively kill him, he's the worst Sith Lord ever. So don't give me that bullshit. She was stabbed by Darth fucking Vader twice and survived. Then stabs the fucking Grand Inquisitor and he survives. I don't want to hear, you may miss the vital organs. Like the fucking guy to the hippie voice. Well, man, technically, if you miss the vital organs, man, like it's a really hot blade, man. It's gonna cauterize the wounds, so like it's not 100% guaranteed death, man. Fuck off. Fuck off. Is that the PS5 version of Resident Evil 2? It is. LOL, Nova is gonna need a Snickers. Right, I've gone full Joe Pesci on this shit. I need that Snickers bar. I've never gotten to Star Wars. Man, Star Wars is dope, Terrence. Like, and there's so much cool shit in the lore of Star Wars. Like, the original 3 films, fucking awesome, bro, right? Prequels, not so much. Episode 7, even though Episode 7 was a rehashing of Episode 4, I still really, really like The Force Awakens. Episode 8 and 9, bro, they can fucking take Kathleen Kennedy out back and rape her ass with a fucking barbed wire baseball bat for episode 8 and 9. Fucking garbage ass movies those are. And then Mandalorian's fucking dope, right? Dude, just the Jedi in general are fucking cool. The Sith are fucking cool. There are so many cool things they can do in the world of Star Wars that doesn't have to revolve around these fucking people. The galaxy is huge. Right? The galaxy. That's like me fucking making a show about my state of Arizona, and every time I make a new show or a new movie, all the characters come from my street. It's like, well, there are more streets in Arizona than the street I live on, but for some reason, every show and movie I make, all the people live on my street in Arizona. That's fucking stupid. Arizona's huge. Make it about somebody else in the state. The galaxy is even bigger. It's infinitely huge. Make it about somebody else. The story doesn't have to tie in to these stories. It's not hard to tell a great story. Tell a great story and just make it in the Star Wars universe. It's not fucking hard. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm getting fucking nerve pain. I'm gonna mute the mic real quick. Give me a second. Fucking cocksucker nerve pain, man. Same thing with The Last of Us. When I heard that The Last of Us show was going to be a retelling of the story of Joel and Ellie, I was like, fucking why? I don't care that Pedro Pascal's a great actor. I don't care that it's HBO. I don't care that it's got a great budget. I don't care that PlayStation is producing it and working in conjunction with them. I don't give a fuck about any of that, because there is no way you're going to be able to tell that story in that show better than the way I experienced it playing the game. I don't care what they do. There is no way that they can retell that story in as effective a way as the game. Can they do a really good job? Sure. But for me, I don't care. I haven't seen it. I'm passing judgment on it. I don't give a fuck. The game will always be the version of that story for me. So when I heard that The Last of Us show is being made, and it was about Ellie and Joel, I was like, fucking why? Why? The Last of Us universe is awesome. The lore they've created, the types of infected are awesome. Tell somebody else's story. Tell a story about somebody else. Give us somebody else's story. We don't need the story of Joel and Ellie. We don't. Especially we got Last of Us Part 1 remake. So they're basically going to retell that story again, even though it's all the same voice acting and mocap. They're retelling the story again. And now we're going to have the show retell it again. There are other people that exist on this planet. The Last of Us doesn't even have to take place in the United States. It could take place in fucking Japan. It could take place fucking anywhere. It doesn't have to take place in the same place as the game did, with the same characters the game did. You know? New YouTube channel, Supernova Storytelling Time. Oh, man. Yes, I can agree with certain things being off kilter, but I still enjoy the show. Again, like I said, man, if you enjoyed Obi-Wan Kenobi, you know, cool. Glad somebody enjoyed it. It's not like it didn't entertain me. Like, I watched it and I was entertained by what I watched, but it still is not the show that we deserved. It is not the show that they promised. It is not the show that they made it seem like it was, because again, it's a show titled Obi-Wan Kenobi. That is really a show that should be called Reva. It's a bait and switch show where they neuter Obi-Wan, shoehorn him in there because they know that that's going to get more eyeballs on the show. But it is what it is. Let's see. We need Ricky Gervais to host the next Oscars. Ricky and Dave Chappelle are the funniest. Kevin Hart is alright. I like his old stand-ups. New ones he did are not as funny. Yeah, man. Ricky Gervais and Dave Chappelle co-hosting the Oscars would be fucking dope. That'd be fucking hilarious. Or Ricky Gervais and fucking Bill Burr would be fucking hilarious. Those fucking just zero fucks given comedians that don't give a fuck. I love that shit. Starfield is a low budget game. I don't know if that's true, man. I don't know if Star Budget is a low budget game. I don't know what the budget is, but I can't imagine it's low budget. Let's see. Even if y'all think of it as official game awards, it always boils down to like fight scoring. 3 judges scored it that way. Same as game awards. Who voted? Who gave the awards? It's like watching Round Table and people saying that their game of the year is more indicative of real game of the year. I'm not entirely sure what you're meaning by that, but alright. No one cares about the BAFTAs. Yeah, no one. I mean, BAFTAs are cool, but they're not the game of the year. Let's see. They have to do a Revan story. It's just as good as Skywalker Saga. Yeah, Darth Revan's another fucking great character. I always thought Star Wars was only liked by crackheads. I don't know why you would have thought that. Star Wars, especially when it came out in the 70s, was the largest, most popular thing on the planet. And the planet isn't populated exclusively by crackheads, so I don't know why you would have thought that. Are you delayed or just reading from the bottom of the chat? The chat keeps moving on me, so I read where I was, and then I scrolled back up to look at some stuff that was up top, because I start ranting about shit, right? And the chat starts piling up, and then when I go to look at the chat, a bunch of comments have come in. So I got to scroll back up and find where the top was, or get further up and work my way back down. So I think I read a comment that was just at that point, and then I scrolled back up. Hey Nova, if you've seen it, what are your thoughts on the ending of Miss Marvel and where her powers come from? It tells me the MCU is having big plans in the future. Yeah, like it's cool that now that mutants are officially in the MCU. Me and my buddy were having like a kind of back and forth disagreement on this, because he believes that the mutants were officially in the MCU when you saw Xavier and Doctor Strange. But I was telling him that the word mutant is never used in that movie. And, you know, technically, Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch are mutants because they're the children of Magneto. But in Age of Ultron, they're never called mutants. As a matter of fact, they're not mutants. Because they changed them for the MCU, because at the time, Fox still had the rights to the X-Men and everything mutant-related. So X-Men, Inhumans, Deadpool. So they couldn't use the word mutant in their movies. So I think they called Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver gifted or some shit like that. So they're not mutants in the MCU, even though technically, historically, those characters are mutants. So when we see Xavier in Doctor Strange, even though we know him as a mutant and from the X-Men, unless they say he's a mutant, we can't just assume he is, because Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver are supposed to be, but they're not. So it's not until they mention that Kamala, when they looked at her DNA, they saw mutations in it. It's not until that moment at the end of Scarlet Witch, where they also really quick play the fucking X-Men notes, kind of like they did in Doctor Strange. It's not until that moment that the mutants were officially entered into the MCU. And hey, it's cool because I want mutants in the MCU. The faster the mutants are in the MCU, that's the faster we get Deadpool. That's the faster we get X-Men. That's the faster we get a new Wolverine. But I thought the way they did it was extremely lazy. Like inserting or putting mutants in the MCU or announcing that mutants are in the MCU, that's not a throwaway line, man. That is big deal shit. Some of the most popular Marvel characters of all time are mutants, and they can't enter the MCU until the mutants do. So when you announce mutants in the MCU, it shouldn't be some fucking half-assed throwaway line. So I thought it was kind of weak the way they did it. You know, I thought it was fucking lazy. But hey, at the end of the day, we got mutants in the MCU, and that's really all that matters. I still think that Kamala Khan is a shitty fucking character. I think her powers are shit. I think she looks dumb when she fucking uses them. And dude, they're gonna shove her down our fucking throat, man. Like, I've seen videos of Disney resorts where she's already in videos on screens and fucking restaurants and shit, where they're basically treating her like basically the Spider-Man of the MCU, like the younger fucking quippy funny character. And it's like, dude, fucking nobody wants her. Let's be honest. I don't know about you. I can't speak for everybody, but I can tell you right now, I don't give a fuck about Kamala Khan. I think she's dumb. I think her character sucks. I think she sucks. I liked the first episode of Ms. Marvel because it had this Spider-Man Homecoming vibe. It quickly turned into a show where nothing fucking happens. Nothing happens. And then the last episode is fucking Home Alone. Home Alone in a fucking high school where these dudes are fighting against damage control who are using fucking these crazy like concussive rounds and bullets and shit, and they're fighting them with fire extinguishers and softball pitching machines. It's literally fucking Home Alone, and they're dressing in the same hoodies and running around to fucking confuse the damage control people. It's fucking Home Alone, and it is stupid. It is stupid. But they're gonna shove her down our fucking throat because A, she's a woman, and B, she's Muslim. Hey, Muslim, cool. I don't give a fuck that she's Muslim or that she's a chick. None of that shit matters to me. But that's why they're gonna shove her down our fucking throat. I'm sorry, her powers fucking suck. Her powers are shit. Like, her powers are so shit that they had to change her powers for the show. Because her powers are basically a knockoff of Mr. Fantastic. And let's be honest, even Mr. Fantastic powers are shit. So I'm curious how they're going to make a new Fantastic Four and make Mr. Fantastic cool. Because his powers are fucking shit. But, you know, they had to change her powers to some cosmic bullshit to even make the show somewhat decent. Because her powers were basically copycat shit. Fucking Miss Marvel, man. Saying your friends, your peers' game of the years is more important than what Jeff is playing or some mysteries panels of judges. Not necessarily true, bro. like when I watch the Oscars, when I turn to my buddy and say, hey, what do you want to win Best Picture? And he tells me a movie, and then I look back at the screen and they say, and the Best Picture is, and they read a completely different title. You know, it's cool that my friend wanted a different movie to win Picture of the Year, but all that matters is that the movie that actually won the fucking Oscar won the fucking Oscar. Now, I'm not saying that when I look at what my friend's opinions are, that his opinions don't have more weight than the opinions of the people at the Oscars. I'm not saying that. Obviously, you look to your friends, you're like, what do you think should win? And usually what they think, you know, their opinions have a little bit more weight than complete fucking strangers. But at the end of the day, the game that they want to win Game of the Year, the movie that they want to win the Oscar, is irrelevant versus the game that actually wins Game of the Year or the movie that actually wins the fucking Oscar. That's like a team winning the fucking Super Bowl, and you're saying, that doesn't matter. My buddy Brian here wanted San Francisco to win. It doesn't matter that the Giants won the Super Bowl. He wanted San Francisco to win. That's what matters to me. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here, bro. Sorry. Fuck out of here. Xbox first said they don't care about sales until they started outselling PlayStation 5 because of the chip shortages. Same thing Kojima, next game because it's coming out only to Xbox. Dude, that's fanboys, Richard. Both sides do it. PlayStation guys do it to Xbox guys. Xbox guys do it to PlayStation guys, and vice versa. It's my shit's better than your shit because you don't have it. And then the second they get it, it's, oh no, this is shit. Right? It's, oh, this is the greatest thing ever because you don't have it. And the second it goes multi-plat, it's like, we don't give a shit about that anyway. That's trash. Or when they look at it and say, oh, we don't care that you have that exclusive game. That's trash. And the second it's multi-plat, they're like, oh yeah, this game's awesome. They did it with fucking, what do you call it? Not Kenna. The fuck is it? What the fuck's the one with the bitch with the fucking mental illness? Why can't I think of the fucking name? Fucking Senua Sacrifice. What the fuck's the actual game called? Something Senua Sacrifice. Does it start with a K? What the fuck, dude? My brain's shit, dude. What the fuck? Hellblade. Jesus Christ. Hellblade Senua Sacrifice. That game was shit until it came to their platform. That's what fucking fanboys do. But yeah, Xbox sales didn't matter until they outsold PlayStation, you know, again, like you said, because of the chip shortage. It wasn't because people are choosing Xbox over PlayStation. It's because there are literally no PlayStations on shelves to buy. But it's okay. Context doesn't matter to these fucking idiots. As long as they can fucking stroke their dicks and feel happy about something, they're gonna do it. So they fucking sit there and jerk off and splooge on their ceilings because Xbox outsold PlayStation when there's a chip shortage and you can't buy PlayStation. Cool story, bro. But yeah, it's always the way it is. Numbers don't count until they do. Sales don't count until they do, right? It's dumb. Fanboy shit, but both sides do it, man. Let's see. As of this morning, you can buy a Series X from Best Buy, but still can't get PS5s, and they brag about sales. Dude, listen, it's a win by default. Dude, let them have it. Let them have it. Let them sit there and think that they're winning when they're still globally down by 50%, right? Globally, their user base is half the size of PlayStation's, but you know, they win a couple months because of chip shortages. They want to sit there and start popping fucking champagne, putting fucking Cristal up their fucking assholes. Let them do it. Let them have it. Let them fucking have it. Hey Nova, what are you hyped for or expecting at San Diego Comic-Con in a couple of weeks? And do you think we'll see games there? I don't know if we'll see games there, and I'm excited for whatever Marvel has to announce, right? I want some fucking X-Men announcements, man. I want to know who did they fucking cast to play Wolverine. I know Taron Egerton said that he's spoken with Kevin Feige about playing Wolverine. So, you know, they're talking to people. They're talking to fucking actors about the potential to play Wolverine. I want them to fucking do like they did with Mahershala Ali, where Mahershala Ali came out on stage with that fucking baseball cap, and they're like, oh yeah, by the way, guys, this motherfucker right here, this is Blade, motherfuckers. Do the same thing with fucking Wolverine. Come on. Or show us a teaser for Deadpool 3. You know, something. Just something cool. I have no expectations. But I hope we see some cool shit. You know, let's see. Is there a flowchart in the scoring of Game of the Year? Listen, the point I was trying to make, D, is that you were saying that you take what your friends think as having more weight than what the Game of the Year is. Right? My analogy wasn't to sit here and break down exactly how a team wins a fucking tournament versus a game winning a fucking award. My analogy was to make the point that your friend's opinion is great, but it doesn't matter because what your friend wanted to win is irrelevant versus what actually did win. It doesn't matter if it's movies, games, sports, anything, any competition, doesn't matter if it's bracketized, doesn't matter if there's a tournament, it doesn't matter the method for winning. My point is that what your friend wants to win is irrelevant versus what actually did win. Can you look at your friend's opinion and say that that holds more weight to you personally? Yes. But at the end of the day, it's still not as important overall versus the game that actually won the award. Because that game actually has the accolades. It fucking won. The game that he is playing, the game that he likes, the game that he's talking up, didn't. See what I'm saying? Give me 1 second, guys. I gotta go on in my kitchen real quick and get some water because my mouth's getting all fucking dried out. So, talk amongst yourselves. Coffee talk moment. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm a little verklempt. I'll give you a topic. The Civil War was neither civil nor war. Discuss. Anybody from the old school Saturday Night Live days will know what the fuck I'm talking about. Be right back, guys. Alright guys, I am back. Oh, and then one more thing I forgot to tell you guys. I'm going to be doing a giveaway on my channel for God of War Ragnarok because I want that Mjolnir. I want that hammer. So I pre-ordered the collector's edition, the cheaper of the two that has the hammer because honestly I'm not paying the extra money for that fucking cloth map. If it was a cool map, I might have, but I don't think that cloth map is honestly that cool, and I don't give a fuck about Bear McCreary's music. Like, listen, Bear McCreary's music is dope. I don't have a record player, so I'm never gonna play that fucking vinyl. So I got the collector's edition, but I don't want to have to wait for it to get shipped, right? Like, it ships November 9th, which means that I'll get it whenever the fuck they drop it off on November 9th, the day the game comes out. That could be 2 p.m., that could be 7 p.m. I'm not trying to wait till 7 p.m., potentially, on the day the game comes out to play it. So I'm also going to pre-order the game digitally so I can have it preloaded and downloaded on my console, which means I'll also probably be able to realistically start playing it the day before, right? So since I'm pre-ordering it digitally, when I do get the physical copy with air quotes because they're not putting the disc in the box, fucking PlayStation, all kinds of shit, some marbles and dice and little figures that nobody gives a fuck about. But the game, nah, we're not going to give you the game. That's a whole nother story. But anyway, since I'm already going to have the game downloaded on my PlayStation, when I actually get the collector's edition in, I'm going to have that code that's for, the code for the game. So I'll give the code away to somebody on my channel. So I'll figure out some way to figure out which one of you guys will get the game. I haven't decided how I'm going to do that yet. But yeah, all you gotta do is as long as you're subbed to my channel, that's all I give a fuck about. I'm not gonna give it to some fucking stranger. At least be part of the fucking Nova Nation, right? I'm not gonna have you go fucking join my Patreon and do all this other bullshit that people ask. I'll ask it be part of the Nova Nation, be subbed, and then I'll figure out some way to choose one of my subs, one of you guys, to gift basically that code. Yeah, no disc, bro. And that no disc for the most expensive versions, right? There are other collector's versions of God of War Ragnarok, but the most expensive ones, the fucking God of War Ragnarok collector's edition that comes with Mjolnir, and then the fucking Jotnar edition, the even more expensive one that comes with Mjolnir as well, don't ship with physical copies of the disc. It's fucking stupid if you ask me, because the disc costs infinitely less money to manufacture than some of the shit they're including with the editions of the games, right? Like the Jotnar edition, the most expensive one, has a little mini vinyl of Bear McCreary's music pressed into it. Who the fuck has record players? Are they making this game for fucking Joe Biden? Remember when Joe Biden was telling people they need to fucking put the record player on at night? That dude's still in his mind, he's living in the fucking 1960s, dude. That dude doesn't know what fucking year it is. But yeah, he straight up told people in like 2020 to go home and put the record player on. So yeah, I don't know who the fuck they're making this vinyl for, but it's gonna cost them infinitely more money to fucking press this vinyl than it is to give you the fucking game physically, right? So I don't know why they decided to go that route, but it's fucking stupid. What's the use of a collector's edition if there's no damn disc? People who mostly get those are collectors, so damn dumb. Agreed, bro. Plus, there's a steel book in there, right? There's a steel case. The steel case for what, bro? There's nothing fucking in it. Like, I'm glad I got the steel case for the game, but there ain't no game in it. I don't understand the reasoning behind it. And if it was a fiscal reason, again, there's shit they're including in these editions that it costs them more money to manufacture and make molds for, or to come up with the process of producing this fucking thing, than it is to fucking just press a fucking Blu-ray disc of the goddamn game. I don't understand it. Let's see. Do you know how much collector's editions cost nowadays? I plan on getting the collector's edition for Spider-Man 2 and Wolverine soon. Hopefully they come with a disc though. I know for mine it was $199, so with tax it came out to $215.69. Ayo! Yeah. No, it really did. It was $215.69. And that's for the cheaper of the two. Now, I want to say that I hope the Spider-Man and Wolverine editions come with discs as well. But if God of War Ragnarok doesn't, I can't see it's looking good that Spider-Man and Wolverine will. I'm hoping they do, man, because I think that not giving the disc is fucking stupid. There's no reason that they could give me for why they're not providing a disc where I can go, oh, alright, that makes sense. Carry on. Right? If it would have been me saying, excuse me, why are you not putting discs in the collector's edition, whatever reason they give me, I guarantee I'd be like, oh, okay, do me a favor, put the fucking disc in there. What the fuck kind of... Take that reason and stuff it up your ass. Put the fucking disc in a box, asshole. Right? But hey, man. It's 2022, bro. That's what happens. That's what happens. And then what sucks is the shit becomes normalized. And everybody fucking does it. If it came with Kratos' blades, I would consider it a special edition, so I'm just excited to play the game. Man, there's places where you can get really good replicas. Like on Etsy, bro, you'll find places on Etsy that make really good replicas of both Leviathan and the Blades of Chaos. Dude, I forgot who I was watching a video of the other day, but they were talking about God of War. And this is a person that supposedly has told us that they played God of War in the past. I forgot what channel I was watching, but I'm pretty sure it's a person that even reviewed God of War or some shit like that. But when they were talking about the game, they said Atreus, not Atreus. They said Atreus, and then they called Leviathan like Leviathan or Leviathan. Yeah, it was Atreus and Leviathan. And I'm like, did you play this game, sir? Because if you play this game, you would know that it is Atreus, and that is the Leviathan axe. I don't know who the fuck Atreus is, but I'm gonna go out and say that I don't think you actually played this fucking game. It is a pretty big channel too, and I was thinking to myself, like, did this person really play the fucking game? Now I'm not sure. Like before, I wasn't like thinking, oh, they never played this game, but when they said Atreus, I was like, huh? Atreus? Sir, I don't think you've played this game. Yeah, I hope this not putting discs in the collector's edition is just a thing that this happens with this game and isn't something that catches on as a trend, because that's the last thing we need is for it to catch on and everybody start fucking doing it, right? It's like fucking microtransactions. I was telling my buddy, or me and my buddy were talking about it earlier today, and I don't know when he heard about it, but I read about it in an article today. I'm not sure when he learned about it, but there are now microtransactions in cars. BMW has introduced microtransactions into their cars. You have to pay monthly for the privilege of warming your ass with the heaters inside your heated seats. And if you don't pay your monthly subscription for your fucking heaters, they get deactivated. Even though they're in your car that you paid for. Evidently, those heaters are not your property. They're property of BMW, even though they're in the car that you paid for, and a car I'm going to assume is fucking expensive. They don't belong to you. They're still property of BMW, and in order for you to have the privilege of heating your asshole up with those heaters, you need to pay BMW monthly. BMW can get fucked. I told my buddy, there isn't a bag of dicks big enough for those goose-stepping cocksuckers to eat. That is absolute fucking insanity. It is fucking insanity, bro. Oh, did you see the little hiccup of God of War Ragnarok actually dropping on 11/11/2022? You mean like pushed by 2 days? No. I don't think I've seen that. What's that about? See, that literally makes no damn sense. Why would you give me a steel bookcase with no disc inside? I don't know, man. I don't know. If they don't give me a disc and just give me a steel bookcase, I don't know if I'd want to buy it then. Yeah, that's what they're doing, man. You mofos can have your all-digital future. You know, it sucks because right now, my gaming library is all digitally. I buy games exclusively digitally, but it's only because I'm a paraplegic, right? It's only because I'm in a wheelchair. And if I'm in bed playing my PlayStation and I decide I want to play a different game, I don't want to have to get out of bed, wheel over to my collection, grab the game, put it in, wheel back to bed, transfer out of the chair. Like, something that takes an able-bodied person all of 6 seconds is going to take me fucking 6 minutes. And it's just so much easier to just go to my library and download the game, right? So that's why I have an all-digital future. But if I was able-bodied, I would still to this day be all physical. I don't like the idea of all digital. I don't like the idea that they can flip a switch one day and I have no access to my library that I've invested at this point thousands upon thousands of dollars into. But it suits my lifestyle as I currently am better than having physical games. So let's see. I love bubs and assuses. I don't know what the fuck that is. What the fuck's bubs and assuses? Wait, what, for BMWs? What the fuck? And I paid for that crap? Wow, that's crazy. I don't know if it's on the BMW you have. I don't know if it's on a specific model. I just know that that's something that BMW is doing now. Like, you need to pay monthly for the privilege of using features in the car that you've paid for. I totally understand your position of all digital. I'm talking in general. Oh no, I'm with you, Terrence. I'm with you, bro. I think physical is better, is far better for you to have your fucking games, especially because those games still have value. You can sell them to somebody. You can put them on eBay. You can sell them to a friend. You can sell them to a neighbor. I can't sell my digital games, right? Like, I've always said that I think that they need to come up with a system of selling or returning digital games, right? Like, I can't sell my digital game to anybody, but it'd be cool if PlayStation had, or Xbox, or any of these manufacturers had some type of system where you could take a game that's currently in your library that you don't care about, that you don't want to play anymore, and say, hey, I'd like to sell this game back to you. And they would take that game, remove your ability to play that game, basically remove access from that game, and then credit you funds into your wallet to then be used towards purchasing a new game, right? I think that's a cool fucking idea. How easy it is to make something like that, I don't know. But I think if they came out with a system like that, that would be fucking awesome. And they would sell more games, right? Because I'm sitting on fucking hundreds and hundreds of these games I'm never going to play again that I don't give a fuck about. I could sell them back at, obviously reduced cost and earn credits towards buying a new game. So there may be a new game out that I don't have the money to buy. I can't buy. But I could sell back some of these older games and get credited some cash that makes purchasing that new game easier. And yeah, technically I'm not buying that game at full price, but whatever money they got from me is more than they were going to get from me before. Because before, they were going to get $0 out of me. Maybe now they get $40. Maybe now they get $35 because of, how many dollars they credited me for these games I sell my access back to. But I'm still getting new games, and they're still getting my money. I think that's a really fucking cool idea. I don't know what you guys think, but I think it's fucking cool. Again, I don't know how easy it is to make something like that. Probably really hard, but I think it's cool. Oh no, I don't have one. I was saying that I'd still have to pay for it even after I already paid for the car, which I'd never buy a BMW now. No, I mean, you could buy the car and not pay for that service, right? Just like you can buy an Xbox and not pay for Game Pass. But, you could buy a BMW and not pay for that. But there are going to be features inside the vehicle that you will not have access to unless you pay a monthly fee. I hate this. Same with Photoshop, bro, right? Like Photoshop, they used to have a new Photoshop that came out every year. Yeah, Photoshop is expensive, but I like buying Photoshop once versus having to pay monthly for Photoshop. Yeah, it's cool that they update it and I constantly get all the new features, but I'm also having to pay monthly for it whether I use it or not. I'm forced to pay monthly for the privilege of having access to that software. I don't like that. I don't. Hey, Super, what's the beef with you and Andre Cedino? He's calling you out with it to debate him on his channel. Dude, I don't even know who the fuck Andre Cedino is. I didn't know that he had beef. I don't know what his beef is. Let me look his shit up. fucking Andre Cedino. I've never fucking heard of this dude. Andre Cedino. Let's see. This dude with 143 subs. This is the dude that's... Is this the guy? He's got all these Justice League rants. Because this is the only Andre Cedino I found. Link me. I don't know if this is the same guy, because he's talking about like Justice League. He's got political shit. I don't see any really gaming shit. So this must not be the same guy. Do me a favor, link me the guy you're talking about that's talking shit. Because I'm interested to see who the fuck this guy is. I honestly don't know who the fuck this person is. Yeah, so do me a favor, link, because this can't be the same guy. There's some Indian guy with like 100-something subs that is not even talking about games. So yeah, hit me with that shit, so I can see who the fuck this guy is. But yeah, I had no idea that this guy was talking shit or had a beef. I don't know. What is he saying about me? Like what if you've clearly he's talking shit, so what are the things that he's saying? I'm curious as to what he's saying. How would you determine the price of a game when you sell it back? Or how long would you stay at that price before it drops even lower? Good idea, though. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand the logistics of it, but I mean, it's no different than when a game goes on sale and they sell that game to you at a reduced price. And I would leave it up to them. I would leave it entirely up to them to decide the value of the game. And I can decide as a consumer, do I want to sell it back at that price or not? Like, I can be like, that's kind of a little bit less than I would want to take for that game. Or I can decide, fuck it. Do you want to give me $2 for that game that I haven't played in fucking 6 years that I'm never going to look at it again? Fuck it, right? Like, you want to game stop me when it comes to the prices? For some games that I'm never going to look at again, I don't give a fuck. Who cares? Because either that game sits in my library, or I'll never touch it again. Or they remove it from my library and give me $2, right? And I'm not saying that every game should be $2. I'm just saying I would leave it up to them to decide, and then I, as the consumer, can decide, do I want to sell it back at that price or not? But some games, whatever value they see in the game, whatever dollar amount they want to give to me, that's more than the value of the game sitting in my library doing nothing. So I just think it's interesting, because that's the real big upside to physical versus digital, is that all your physical games still hold value. You can sell them to people and make money. Your collection you can sell and get some money for your collection that you can then use to buy new games or buy something else. So I would like a system like that for games. His channel is Futured CEU Warrior Z Life. Alright, let me see this. Cocksucker. Okay, he's got almost 1,000 subs. That's not bad. Holy shit, this dude's got over fucking 2,000 videos. Jesus Christ. This dude be making fucking videos every goddamn day. It's like the same shit, dude. It's all fucking DC shit. Alright, I need you to link me the video where he's talking shit, because all I see is DC Batman shit. Yeah, it's all DC and Batman shit. I think he's the same guy, because it looks like the same guy from the videos when I looked up his name. So I guess he has two channels. But yeah, I don't see any videos here that are even gaming related. Yeah, link me the video where he's talking shit, so I can see it. But dude's only got like 965 subs, so maybe he's just punching up, trying to fucking, chase clout. I don't fucking know what the hell he's doing. I don't fucking know what the hell this guy is. Not there's anything wrong with punching up, because I fucking called out Griffin, who has infinitely more subscribers than I do, but when I did that, I was already a channel with fucking over 10,000 subs. which to get anywhere near the amount of subs I have is fucking difficult. Like, I lucked out to get even to the point where I'm at now. To get 1,000 is hard, and I got fucking over 12. Like, my channel has been stagnant, though, for the last year or so. I've had no growth. Like, I've gone between 12,000 and 13,000. It just goes up and goes down and goes up and goes down, because A, I don't make enough videos. Like, I don't make videos daily or weekly. I need to make more videos. A. B, my channel's not monetized, so that really hurts my ability to grow. The algorithm does not like my channel because A, I'm not monetized, and B, I don't make content regularly enough to feed the algorithm monster, right? But I'm not going to make a video just to make a video to feed the fucking algorithm. I don't give a fuck about the algorithm. But yeah, when I called out Griffin, I was already like a channel that had over 10,000 subs, which I think is fucking difficult to get to where I'm at. It's not easy. Like I said, it's hard to get 1,000. Like, this dude's only chilling at 965, and he's got over 2,000 videos. I don't even think I have 1,000 videos. And I've got fucking over 12 times his subs. Yeah, I got lucky for most of it, but hey, it is what it is. Yeah, I don't know what his beef is, but I'm curious to see what he has to say. So for GameStop, if you try to get a refund on a game, they will just give me credit, or they will actually give me my money back. No, I don't know what GameStop does now, but back in the day, you know, GameStop gave you you would trade in games, right? You would bring a game back to GameStop, and GameStop would either give you cash or they'd give you store credit. When they give you store credit, they would give you more money because they were trying to incentivize you to buy another game in the store. But still, you would bring games to GameStop and they would give you money. Excuse me, fucking hiccups. The point I was making about GameStop was GameStop is notorious for fucking just shortchanging bitches, right? GameStop is notorious for you bringing in a game that you paid $60 for a month ago, and GameStop was like, we'll give you $8, right? They're like fucking some scummy ass pawn shop, right? But the point I was trying to make is that there are games sitting in my library right now that I will never fucking look at again. I will never play again. Their value to me sitting in my library is fucking nothing. They are nothing. So if if there was a system where PlayStation or Xbox was like, you know what, we'll give you $1 for that game. You know what? A fucking $1 is more than it's going to get just chilling there where I'm never going to look at it again. Would I take $1 for every game? No. But there are some games where I'd be like, you know what, fucking, I don't give a shit. Give me $1. I'm never going to play this fucking game again. So that's what I was saying, where I would leave the pricing up to them. And then I can decide as a consumer, is it worth it for me to sell the game back to them at the price that they're willing to give me? And I don't have to if I don't want to. I can choose to keep the game and not get any money for it. Or I could choose to fucking sell my right to play the game back and get some, PlayStation Store or Xbox Store credit. But there are games sitting in my library that will sit there forever, that I will never look at again, that I will never play again, that I would happily sell back for $1. And fuck, there's probably 60 of them sitting in there that I'll never look at again, that I can sell them all back for $1 and buy a brand new fucking game with. And that new game, to me, has more value than these 60 I will never look at again. Let's see. Is it possible to put games on a hard drive and sell them on eBay or something? No, it's not, because if you're talking about your digital games, it's possible to put your digital games on a hard drive, but those digital games are not just the game. They're your game linked to your profile. So if you took that game and handed it to a friend and said, hey, I got God of War Ragnarok on here, and they went to boot it up and download it to their console, they wouldn't be able to access the game because they didn't buy it. They can't play it. So no, you can't. No, the games are tied to your account. Exactly, Darkstar. The games are tied to your account, so you can't put them on a hard drive and sell them. Griffin comes on Rich's stream every once in a while, coincidentally when drama's going on. Well, fuck both of them. Seriously. Fucking Rich literally made a video about PlayStation, talking about how the tides have turned for PlayStation and it's not looking good because Xbox has been outselling them in NPD and globally when it comes to consoles. when we know damn well there's a chip shortage, right? It's like, yeah, Rich, Xbox did outsell PlayStation hardware-wise for the last 2 months. And why is that, Rich? Is it because people are choosing Xbox over PlayStation? Is it because people are going into Best Buy and Walmart, looking at a PS5, looking at a Series X, and then saying, give me the Game Pass machine, please? No. It's because they're going to Best Buy and Walmart, and they're looking at an empty fucking shelf where PS5s should be sitting, and then a shelf filled with an abundance of Xbox Series X's and S's, and saying, well, fuck, I guess I'll take the Xbox. So it's a video where he knows damn well the reason for PlayStation not selling as much hardware as Xbox, but made a fucking doom and gloom video anyway. So fuck him. His channel, I used to watch his channel about maybe 4 years ago, before he started showing his face, back when it was just a gaming news channel, right? Before he started fucking molesting plastic fucking chickens and taking his shirt off and deep-throating pickles and all that shit. Back when it was literally just a channel where he told you the gaming news and the current things going on in gaming, I used to watch his channel often. Now it's just devolved into whatever the fuck it is now, and his channel is shit. It hasn't been good for years. It is shit. So Griffin going on his channel, no surprise. They're both shit and they're both assholes. I hope they deep throat cucumbers together. And when I said cucumbers then, I meant it as a euphemism. I hope they both deep throat cocks together. They can deep throat each other's cocks. Fucking retards. Let's see. Yeah, that's not fair. I'm thinking of selling my PlayStation 4 for store credit, but waiting for Spider-Man 2. Honestly, TJ, I wouldn't sell it for store credit at GameStop. There are other places where you can sell it for more and get more money. You can put it on eBay, but eBay and PayPal are going to take a little piece of your money. Or, very easy thing to do, put it on Facebook Marketplace. Everybody has a Facebook. You go into Facebook Marketplace, and it's no different than making a Craigslist ad, right? You put it in Facebook Marketplace. It costs you nothing to do so. Everybody in your area locally that has access to Facebook can go into the marketplace, and anyone looking for a PlayStation 4 will see yours. And it's better for you and better for them. Better for you because no one's taking any piece of your profits. You don't have to hand PayPal and eBay a little piece of your money. You don't have to go over and get bent over by GameStop while they say, yeah, we'll give you some money for that. It's not going to be a lot. And oh, by the way, I'm going to shove my dick in your ass, right? So it's better for you because none of that's going to happen. It's also better for them because they don't have to worry about shipping. But if they were to buy off eBay, more than likely they're going to have to worry about shipping charges. If they buy it through GameStop, it's going to be more money likely than if they were to buy it on Facebook Marketplace. So I would say try Facebook Marketplace. It costs you nothing. It costs them nothing. That's a big pro for both of you. And you can have it be where someone shows up at your house or where you meet someplace locally. No different than when you put it on Craigslist. That's how I sell and buy almost everything that I sell and buy secondhand. As I do through Facebook Marketplace, I usually have no problem selling my goods for the price I'm asking. And it usually doesn't take me very long. So I would go on eBay and look at what people are asking for them on eBay. And then charge, put your asking price for about the same. But don't be an asshole and be like, oh, I saw someone on eBay asking $400, so I'm going to ask $400, because you're always going to find people asking for ridiculous prices, right? Look for around what you see most people ask, which is, usually the normal price, and then put yours kind of in the middle. Put yours with the average price. And you'll have no problem selling that console, I guarantee it. I sell shit all the time. That's how I do it. I never fucking get lowballed. I usually get my asking price. Because you also, if you're selling shit secondhand, you can't be like, yo, I want $500 for this. No one's going to give you that. Make your asking price a fair asking price. It doesn't have to be an asking price where you're getting fucking raped and they're fucking taking advantage of you. But at least make it fair. If you make it a fair asking price, you'll have no problem selling it. I fucking guarantee it. Facebook Marketplace, the best place to do it. Also, Nova, what are your thoughts on Gotham Knights? I'd really like to know your thoughts. I think Gotham Knights looks cool, right? It's going to be an open world game. I like the combat I'm seeing of some of the characters. I know it's going to be a game that me and my buddy are going to be able to play, co-op through and have fun. Is it going to be the greatest game? Probably not. Is it going to be a game of the year game? Probably not. But I think it's a game that even if you were to play by yourself, would probably be enjoyable. It looks like an enjoyable game, right? Open world game where you go around exploring Gotham, fighting people. But, if you have a friend that's going to play with you, I think throwing co-op in there is going to really increase how good that game will be for you, because you're going to have that experience of playing with your buddy, fucking dudes up, being ninjas or whatever the hell you're going to do in the game. So I personally am looking forward to it. I think it will be fun. Again, I don't think it's going to be Game of the Year quality, but I think it will be a fun experience that I know I'm going to be able to experience with my friend. So that's my thoughts on it. I think it looks okay. Facebook Marketplace. Yes, Facebook Marketplace for the win. For the fucking win. I heard a rumor that they're making more PS5s soon in the future to sell. Not sure if it's true, though. Yeah, I heard that they came to an agreement with Foxconn to increase the manufacturing over in the Foxconn factory, so we'll see what happens. They should be able to make it purchasable in stores now, though, right? Granted, I got mine, so I'm good. Whenever they get to stores, they get to stores. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, I heard that they came to an agreement with Foxconn to increase manufacturing of the PS5s, so that should fix their shortage issues soon. How does Facebook handle payments from Marketplace if not in person? It's up to you guys. Like, you talk to that person. If you and that person decide to make payment through Cash App, you do it through Cash App. If you decide to have them Zelle you the money, you have them Zelle you the money. If you decide to have them pay you through PayPal, which is the safest option for both them and you if you're shipping a product, then you do it through PayPal. So if you're not doing it in person, it's entirely up to you and them to come to a decision as to what method of payment you guys would like to use. They don't force you to use anything. It's entirely up to you. Facebook Marketplace is just the facilitator of, here are the goods, would you like to buy them? And then how they are purchased is entirely up to you and that individual. I've sold 2 things now on Facebook Marketplace. I've sold way more than 2 things, but 2 things recently I sold on Facebook Marketplace that I had to ship because someone purchased it not locally. Usually my shit sells all locally, but these were kind of niche items. One was a Hot Toys DeLorean. It's a 1/6 replica of the Back to the Future DeLorean. I sold it because they're coming out with a version from Back to the Future 2 that has a fucking Mr. Fusion and has a hover mode and shit. So I was like, I want that one. So I sold the one I have. Now, a fucking $600 fucking is what I paid for at the time. I paid $600 at the time, brand new. Replica of a DeLorean is kind of a niche item. Actually, I made good on it because they actually went up in price. Because they don't make them anymore, the price of that DeLorean jumped up to anywhere between $1,000 and $1,500. Some people that had it brand new in box are getting over $2,000 for it, right? Even though it was only $600 brand new. So I think I got like $1,200 for it, which was fair because I didn't have the box anymore, which I think was a fair price. And I had the person pay me through PayPal, and they paid me the $1,200. I shipped it to them. The funds were on hold till they got it. Once they got it and everything was good, they clicked the box on their end. That then releases the funds. So that was the safest way to do it. And I just did the same thing again with a replica of Grogu from The Mandalorian, because I originally bought the one that Sideshow Collectibles makes, which is just a statue. But then Hot Toys came out with their life-size version of Grogu from The Mandalorian, and I like the sculpt on theirs better. It's also more dynamic. You can pose it. So I was like, you know what? I prefer that one. So I just sold mine for, I think, $300 when I paid like $375 brand new. So even though mine technically is brand new, like all I did was open it up, make sure everything was okay, and box it right back up. I asked $300 for it, and I just recently sold that. Same thing. I shipped to Washington and got payment through PayPal. What's up, Rule the Speeds? I'll consider it'd be pretty new for me to do. Is disc replay a good place to sell it? Also, if I do, don't worry, my plan would be to make it cheaper than anyone else's, so I sell mine. You have to make it cheaper than anyone else's, but like I said, just make it fair. And you really should consider it, because like I said, Facebook Marketplace is the best place to sell your shit. Like I said, it's no different than putting it on Craigslist back in the day. It's the same type of shit, except that way more people have Facebook accounts than use Craigslist. Especially now, barely anyone uses Craigslist, but everyone has a Facebook. And if you have like a Facebook app on your phone, if you look on the bottom row of your phone, you'll see a little picture, looks like a little shop. Just click on that. Like before you even sell your shit, try looking for shit to buy. Now I'm not saying necessarily buy shit, but like look up shit you would want to buy in your Facebook Marketplace, and you can see that you'll find a bunch locally in your area of people that are selling that shit. So it's very, very easy. It doesn't cost you anything, and it's the best way, in my opinion, to sell shit. You sub to PS Plus Extra? No, sir. I'm sub to regular, ordinary PS Plus. All the additional games and shit that you get and the game trials don't really appeal to me. Honestly, I have no desire to go back and play all those PS1 and PS2 games, especially the PS1 games, man. Like that is the generation of games where, hold on, let me get a drink of my water. That is a generation of games that just do not hold up well, right? There's very few games from the PS1 generation that still hold up. Tekken, Gran Turismo, fucking Ace Combat, Crash Bandicoot, and there's a fuck ton of games where when we looked at them back in the day, it's weird how the mind works. Back in the day, when you played those games, you're like, oh yeah, that's a monster, that's a snake, that's a house, that's a wolf, that's a this, that's a that. But you try playing those games now, and you're like, I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at. Right? It's just fucking polygonal craziness. I remember maybe 15 years ago or so. Was it 15? Maybe about 15. I was into ROMs and emulators on my computer. At this time, I think PS3 was already out. Like PS3 games were out. It might have been PS3, so it may not have been 15. But PS3 was the current gen PlayStation console. And I had all these ROMs and emulators of PS1 and PS2 games. And I tried playing Warhawk for the PS1. And I remember playing Warhawk back in the day, and clearly that was like, that's my jet, those are helicopters, that's a base, that's a tower. And I tried playing Warhawk, the PS1 game, on this emulator. And I was like, I have no idea what the fuck I'm looking at. Like, a lot of those games from that generation where they were just starting to, 3D games were in their infancy, just do not translate well to nowadays, right? So I have no desire to go back and play a lot of those games. So there really is not any value for me for the upgraded versions of PS Plus. So I have regular old standard PS Plus. Oh yeah, I pre-ordered the Legendary Edition for it. Some people these days want a game to be a Game of the Year potential to be considered good. If not, then it's trash. Gotham Knights seems to be. I don't think Gotham Knights seems like it's going to be Game of the Year. I don't think it's going to be trash either. I think it's going to be a decent game. It looks like it's decently made. It looks like it's fun. The combat looks enjoyable. Will it be Game of the Year? I don't think so. Is it Game of the Year quality? Probably not. But I still think it's going to be a really fun game, especially if you're playing with a friend. Hey Nova, going back to why there is no disc in God of War Ragnarok Collector's Edition is because the PS5 Digital Edition console owners. I'm not saying it's a good reason, but it's the reason behind it. That's bullshit. That is a bullshit reason. It really is. It really is. Because they can... What was I going to say? They can figure out some way to fucking have you... get a code that only works for your disc. Like, there's got to be a way to figure it out. But yeah, it's a dumb reason. It really is. It's a really fucking dumb reason. Yeah, they would have been better for them to find out some way to have it so that you can get a physical copy and be able to somehow have a digital version where they're tied to one another, where you can't download the digital version and then sell the disc, where like the disc and the digital version are basically the same. you get both, but you can't split them up. You can't download the digital version and then sell the disc, right? Like the disc and the digital version are equal. That would have been much better than saying, oh, well, the people that have discless versions. Because let's be honest, how many people buying God of War Ragnarok Collector's Edition have discless versions of the PS5? I can't imagine it's that many. Like, if you're that diehard, you probably got the disc version of the PS5. But I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. Or fucking make a different SKU, bro. Make a different SKU of it. Like, they have no problem making 2 SKUs of the PlayStation 5. Right? You had a digital PlayStation 5 and a disc PlayStation 5. Have 2 versions of the Collector's Edition. Collector's Edition that comes with the code for the game because you have no disc drive, and a version that comes with a disc because you have a disc drive. Like, make fucking new SKUs. That would have been better than fucking stamping a fucking vinyl of Bear McCreary's music that nobody's gonna fucking listen to. The only people that are gonna fucking be able to listen to Bear McCreary's music on that fucking vinyl are fucking yuppies that fucking skateboard to fucking coffee houses. Fuck out of here. You think it is the natural blurring of CRTV versus the game in nice square LCD pixels? I don't know what it is, D, but again, a lot of those games from that era, they just don't translate well. Like at the time, our brains had never seen anything better than those graphics. So those graphics were like, this is the greatest shit we've ever seen in our lives. But now we have games that are borderline photorealistic. It's hard to look at that shit and see what the developers intended for us to see. At that time, there was nothing else. It was very easy. Just like playing playing GoldenEye on N64 or Perfect Dark on N64, right? We are so now accustomed to using 2 analog sticks to play first-person shooters that I pulled the N64 down out of storage years ago to play some N64 with my sister. And back in the day, we were fucking GoldenEye G's, Perfect Dark G's. We would strafe around corners. We were fucking ninjas in that game. We could not play it. Our brains just couldn't get around using the C buttons to look up and down, and then this button to aim, because you have to press this button to stop to aim. And it's just like, we tried and we were like, dude, how the fuck did we play this when we were kids? And it's because that's all we had. Our brains were used to that. But our brains are so programmed to the way the shit is now. To go back and play GoldenEye on the N64 after being so used to twin stick shooters or dual analog stick first person shooters, I personally can't do it. It's not even fun for me to go back now, right? And it's that way for me with a lot of these games from the PlayStation 1 generation. They don't hold up graphically. They just don't. Let's see. At worst, sell the digital code and buy a physical version. Yeah. Again, there's some system that could have come up with Kratos versus their fucking the digital people, so nobody gets a disc. I don't like that. I think that's a bullshit reason. Do you think Activision Blizzard will make a decent job at making new IPs exclusive to Xbox, possibly better than their own in-house studios? No, I don't. I think that actually anything Activision Blizzard makes now probably will be worse than the shit that they made before. Because I don't see Xbox as buying studios and making them fucking amazing, right? They just aren't. They're buying these studios to fucking pad out Game Pass. And Game Pass doesn't make them a lot of money, so they can't invest a lot of money in these games. I think there was a better chance of getting high-budget, good-quality games from Activision Blizzard when they were by themselves, right? It's like Naughty Dog at PlayStation, right? Like, I know that they're going to get a fuck ton of money. They're going to be super polished, AAA, top of the fucking line game. If Naughty Dog were to get fucking sold and acquired by Xbox, I don't think it would be getting the same treatment, the same funding, the same everything that it would have gotten had they stayed over at PlayStation. Xbox just doesn't seem to be doing that. They seem to be making, smaller experiences, cheaper experiences, live service games. I know PlayStation's doing the same shit. Fucking half their games are going to be fucking live service by 2025. I cringe when I fucking hear that. But no, and the thing is, I don't think so, because historically, Xbox hasn't shown me that that's what they do with studios that they buy. Every studio that they buy, their next game that comes out is not as good as the games that came before, is lesser than the games that came before. Why that's the case, I don't know. But that just seems to be historically what they do. So, I hope that would be the case, right? I hope that's the case with everything that Xbox has, that it's all fucking great and amazing and the best quality. They're just not showing me that that's what they're doing. So, but we'll see, man. We shall see. Don't get me started on analog sticks. You on the Roundtable Podcast Discord. I'm working on my Nintendo controller. Don't know what that means, DE, but alright. Have you played Plague Tale Innocence yet? No, because I played the first Plague Tale and I wasn't impressed. It was an game. It was just It wasn't good enough to where I'm hyped for the sequel. So I haven't played Innocence, is that the first one? Because isn't Plague Tale Requiem the second one? Whatever the first Plague Tale is, I've played the first Plague Tale. And to me, it's just it's a meh game. It's not that great. I thought it was more to do with the game being cross-gen. Which disc would they put in? PS4 or PS5 disc? Well, I think when you buy the collector's edition, that point is mute, because when you buy the collector's edition, the digital code you get already works for both PS4 and PS5. Right? Like the digital code you put in, because it's going to be linked to your account. If you put it in your PS4, it's going to let you download the PS4 version of the game. If you put it in your PS5, it's going to let you download either version of the game. So that point's really kind of moot. And be right back, guys. I'm hungry, so I'm gonna go inside and grab some fucking cookies. I'll be right back. Again, coffee talk, talks amongst yourselves. Back. Fucking grab me some fucking Chewy Chips Ahoy cookies. Yeah, buddy. Fun place to put my fucking phone now. Got limited desk space with these cookies up in this bitch. Yay, yay. Oh, yeah. Fucking Chewy Chips Ahoy goodness. Alright, let's see. You mentioned GoldenEye and not being able to go back to old controllers, C buttons still look. I can't use current controllers, I need a scuff. I don't know why you can't use current controllers, but that's what I'm used to, so. No Snickers break, LOL chat, what's your favorite cookie? Costco chocolate chips. Costco chocolate chips are pretty fucking good. Dude, so's the fucking, what is it, the chocolate chip, like, pizza or whatever the fuck it's called. Isn't this from Domino's? It's like a giant-ass chocolate chip cookie from Domino's. That shit's pretty dope, too. I think there was a price to upgrade to PS4 or PS5 versions. For the collector's editions, I don't believe so, man. Because I only saw one price for collector's editions. Fucking cookies are good. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the collector's editions contain both versions of the game. Let's see. Let's see. I'm trying to find where you purchase it out. Yeah, you got the collector's edition, which is $199, and the Jotnar edition is $259.99. Now it says collector's edition $199.99, PS5 and PS4. Jotnar edition $259.99, PS5 and PS4. So they still have both versions of the game. When you get the collector's edition, it is PS4 and PS5. And then if you buy the game individually, obviously you pick PS4 or PS5. But when you buy the collector's editions, it's for both. It works for either. It looks like they fucking sold out of the Jotnar editions, but they still got some collector's editions, which I'm surprised. I thought both would have sold out, but yeah, the collector's edition is still for sale. They still got some. Which again, yeah, like I said, really surprised me because the Jotnar edition, I didn't think that many people would go for that fucking little map in that vinyl, but looks like they did because that fucker sold out. Not necessarily true. I don't know how many Jotnar editions they made versus the collector's editions, but Jotnar edition you can't get your hands on anymore, but collector's edition, if you want one, still can. So yeah. Yeah, it says package includes full game for PS4 and PS5 printed voucher. So that answers that question. Now it's time for me to fucking stuff another cookie in my face. Shit, I got a lot of emails. Volkswagen. Alright. Go back to the chat. Got no fucking cookie. Let's see. Supernova Gaming, what are you playing now? Right now I'm between two games. I'm playing Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time because we got a PS Plus this month. And then I also bought the Portal collection on Switch because it was only like $20. And it's Portal 1 and Portal 2. Better have some milk with the cookie. No sir, no milk, just water. I'm gonna be like that dude in that fucking Got Milk commercial from the fucking 90s where the dude's fucking calling into that competition. He's trying to say fucking Aaron Burr, but he can't because his fucking cookie's in his mouth and he doesn't win $1 million. He needed some milk to wash the cookie down so he could fucking answer clearly. Chips Ahoy triple chunk for me. Any Chips Ahoy, bro. I'll get down to any Chips Ahoy. They're all good to me. Fucking shit's dope. I'm gonna get off the 5:30. I need to get some fucking real food. Cookies are great and everything, but I need some fucking actual food. So I'll probably get off here in about 23 minutes. Yeah, the bullet in the display case. Yeah, I think he worked in like a museum, right? Didn't he like work in some museum? That's why. So he had all the shit right next to him. There's the one where there's a guy in a full body cast in the fucking hospital, and they give him a cookie to eat, and they walk away. Yeah, right in the fucking thing. They're like, what? Fucking ask the question. He's like, oh, mom. Fucking, yeah, but there's a guy in the full body cast, and they give him the cookie to eat, and they fucking walk away, and he's like choking on the cookie, but he's in a full body cast, he can't do shit. I saw that today for Switch. I did enjoy both Portals back then. See, I never played both Portals. I knew about them. I knew they were great. I knew what they were, but for whatever reason, I never played them back in the day. And like the only way you can play them now is you have to have like the physical disc for like PS3 or fucking Xbox. And I don't have a PS3 or an original Xbox or those games. And I'm not trying to go to the trouble of buying one just to play that game, so it's convenient that they released both on Switch, so I'm actually going through them for the first time. They're alright, they're fun. And then I'm going through Crash Bandicoot 4, which, man, some of them fucking levels, bro, like, fuck Elden Ring. Crash Bandicoot 4 makes me want to throw my controller more than fucking Elden Ring does. Trying to, not just to get through the level, I'm trying to get all the fucking diamonds for the level, so some of them is you have to do it under a certain amount of depth, some of it you have to get all the boxes, you know, different things, requirements for getting all the fucking diamonds. And do some of them, bro, fucking make me want to throw my goddamn controller. And I'm not a controller thrower, so I don't like rage quit or shit, but like, I will yell at my screen, right? There are fucking times I'm like, you fucking piece of shit fucking box, and then fucking reset the level, go through it. I'm like, you fucking stupid fucking nitro crate, like shit like that, bro. But yeah, the fucking Crash 4 got me stressed out. Deloria goes to hell, plate full of cookies, fridge full of empty milk cartons. I don't remember that one, D. I don't remember seeing that one. Portal 2 is so much better, but both are amazing puzzle games. Oh, I would assume that the 2 would be better, but yeah, they're cool, man. Cool concept. I really like how you have to really think when you're playing, you know? I like games like that. Getting down on these fucking cookies, man. Goddamn. Problem with the Chewy Chip Ahoy is there's way less of them in the container than the regular Chip Ahoy cookies. And if you don't like take out, if you don't like say, okay, I'm gonna take out 5 and just eat these and put the rest away, you'll look down, bro, and all the cookies will be gone. You'll just fucking look down and be like, fuck, dude, I ate all them goddamn cookies. It's very easy to do. You need to like fucking take out a portion and be like, I'm only gonna eat these and put the rest of them away. Because if you're just like watching a movie and picking on these cookies, before you know, bro, they're gone. Fucking gone. And then another game that I was playing is me and my buddy were playing The Crew 2 because he had never played The Crew 2, and it was free to play for like a week or something. So I started playing. I'd already played The Crew 2. He had never played it, so I went through and played it with him. He really liked it. He platinumed the game. He platinums every game he plays for the most part, but he liked it enough to platinum it. So we were playing that for a while. Still waiting for like a big game to drop. I don't think we have any big games really dropping soon. I know Stray comes out next month, but that's not a fucking big game. The other thing that annoys me about PlayStation is I think they're too goddamn quiet about their games coming out. You know, like Ragnarok's coming out. Okay, aside from Ragnarok, the only first-party PlayStation games we know of that are coming out are Spider-Man and Wolverine. PlayStation's got a lot of studios. Well, I'm sorry, Last of Us Part 1 remake, and then their multiplayer game. So we got those games like 5. But I mean, what about all the other games? Like, we don't know. Like, even though Xbox doesn't have any games releasing, they've still announced a lot of games. So you've got games to, like, look forward to, games to think about, right? Games like Fable or Val. Like, we don't know when the fuck they're going to come out, but they announced them. We know that they're in the works. I want to know what other games PlayStation has in the works. And PlayStation's just being super fucking tight-lipped, right? Like, what is the new project from, the next project from Guerrilla Games? I would like to fucking know that. What about the next project being made by Ben Studio? Fucking tell me. Harry Potter, yeah, but Harry Potter's not coming out for a while. Evil Wet looks badass. I don't know what the fuck Evil Wet is. Oh, Evil West. Yeah, Evil West looks fucking cool. That comes out in September? Okay, that's still a ways away, though, man. And then we got Forspoken. By the way, for those of you who don't know, the bitch from Forspoken is the bitch in the new Resident Evil show. Same chick. Let's see. You know, but do you have any speculation? I gotta put the cookies away, man. Eat all this fucking gotta put them away. Put the cookies away. Oh, I'm getting fucking nervous. Hold on a second. Let me mute the mic real quick. Hold on. Sorry, my nerve pain kicking my ass. When's the next PlayStation showcase? I don't know, man. That's what I'm saying. I want to hear something, man. Black Myth Wukong? Yeah, but when's Black Myth Wukong coming out? Do we have a release date for Black Myth? Because I don't think they gave us a date. They gave us the year. Like, oh yeah, 2022. Great. When? I don't know when the fuck Black Myth Wukong's coming out. So, let's see. Sly Cooper. They haven't announced Sly Cooper. Oh, are you talking to TJ about what games you think might be in the showcase? Dude, I don't know. I keep hearing rumors that there's one this month, dude, but I'm tired of hearing that. Every fucking month there's a rumor of a PlayStation, but every fucking month MBG's out there fucking marching around, blowing horns, talking about a PlayStation event every fucking month. I'm so tired of the rumors. I am as tired of the rumors about PlayStation events as I am about rumors of Metal Gear Solid and Silent Hill fucking remakes. Either show it to me or shut the fuck up. I'm so tired of the rumors. And I've been hearing rumors of a PlayStation event for fucking months now, and it never happens. So I don't know when the next PlayStation showcase is going to be. I would assume probably after Ragnarok drops. I would guarantee we're going to get a dedicated State of Play before Ragnarok drops. But a showcase showing us the future, I would say probably after. But I don't know. I don't know what the fuck is going through PlayStation's head or what they're thinking. Black Myth is coming this year. Okay, Terrence, what month? What month? Because when they tell me a game's coming in 2022 and they don't tell me a month, that don't mean shit. Right? I need to know the month. So unless you have the month that Black Myth is coming out, them just saying that Black Myth is coming out this year doesn't mean shit to me. It really doesn't. And think about it. How much of Black Myth have you actually seen? You haven't seen shit. You have not seen shit. We've been hearing rumors since 2018. Dude, fucking I'm tired. Yeah. Silent Hill rumors have been going for fucking years. I'm so over it. It's white noise. People fucking talk about Silent Hill, and all I hear is shh. It's just snow. Just white noise. Is it Spawnwave or TCMF orange on black logo channel? Feels like they do that State of Play rumors. I don't know, man. I don't know what their logos look like. I think Spawnwaves is purple though, isn't it? Like purple? TCMF may be the one you're thinking of that's got the black and orange. I honestly don't know though. Yeah, I don't know when the next event's gonna be in. Black Myth, like I said, they haven't announced a month for Black Myth Wukong. And until they tell us a month, I don't think it's coming out this year. Plus, we haven't seen shit from Black Myth Wukong. They haven't shown us fucking anything. That game went into fucking hiding. That's like the fucking, what's it called? The Day After? That fucking zombie game that showed up and then instantly just fucking disappeared. Never seen shit for it again. Is it The Day After? No, it's not The Day After. What's it fucking called? The Day Before. Yeah, The Day Before had that dope-ass fucking gameplay trailer, which to me, I called bullshit on. I was like, yeah, I call bullshit that doesn't look real. But, here, watch, let me fucking... fucking get this this trailer to show you for the Day Before. This game that graphically was super impressive. It looks super cool, but it's like, I don't think it's a fucking real game. I don't think we'll ever see this fucking game. And that's kind of the vibes I get with Black Myth Wukong. Let's see, it's gonna fucking download. Fucking download the shit, bitch. Download the shit, you bitch. Alright, so get this fucking footage for you guys. If you guys haven't seen the Day Before, meet the Zelda shit. And fucking add the Day Before. No, not that. Media source. This is the Day Before.
Welcome to the short gameplay demonstration trailer for The Day Before, an upcoming open-world multiplayer survival game. The Day Before features a huge, stunningly detailed post-apocalyptic world destroyed by a terrible virus.
Running out of fuel.
Great, man. Awesome.
We'll look around here, I guess.
Shall we split up?
Yep.
And like it's one of those.
I'll find out what's in the skyscraper.
Okay, and I'll look around here.
It's one of those gameplay reveals where it's like scripted dialogue between the characters, because these aren't like the characters in the game talking. This is people talking to each other, because it's supposed to be like a game that you play with other people.
All right. I have found a great cowboy hat. Tell her everything's all right. And there aren't any more guns in the valley.
Easy, cowboy.
Listen up. This is Woodbury Survivor Colony speaking. If you can hear this message, it means that we have opened our doors for new survivors. We can give you food and shelter and ensure your safety. Here are the coordinates.
Did you hear that?
Yep, I got a message too.
Great. Maybe I can sell my junk there and get myself a better rifle.
Let's find some fuel and go.
In the Survivor Colony, you can sell and buy any items, as well as cooperate with other players. In The Day Before, you can enter abandoned buildings and take whatever you want. The main thing is to be careful, because not all players are friendly.
Let's pick up some supplies and get out of here.
Like this is supposed to be gameplay, but if you ask me, it looks fucking fake.
Use some help.
It looks like it's
The
fake.
things are about to get heated.
Over here.
too many of them. I gotta go upstairs.
Okay, I'm running toward you.
The snowstorm is starting right now, and the temperature is falling fast. Remember that when you shoot and make unnecessary noise, it can attract unwanted guests even more terrifying than other players. The world of The Day Before is teeming with hungry hordes of bloodthirsty infected, ready to tear you to pieces.
Phew, that was close. You should have seen this shit.
It seems he dodged a bullet. Now he's crafting a bandage so he doesn't die from bleeding.
Hey, are you upstairs already? Shit. Psst, where are you? What the?
The Day Before, coming soon.
Okay, the shit, they showed us that shit January of last year. And no one's fucking seen the game since. I think it's fucking fake. Or I think that whatever they showed us, that fucking gameplay is hardcore manipulated shit, and that's not what the game fucking looks like. But call me cynical, I guess. I don't think it's real. I think it's bullshitting us. And I kind of get that vibe with Black Myth Wukong, like fucking, where the fuck's the game? Well, 2022, cool. When in 2022? And to be fair, you know, it took Santa Monica till like fucking last week or whatever to tell us what month in 2022 their game's coming out, to be fair. But I also know Santa Monica Studio. They're a company I've purchased games from for decades that I trust, versus some fucking Chinese company I've never heard of that's making Black Myth Wukong. I don't fucking know them. I have no fucking history with them. I don't know if they're conning us or not. I don't know if they're legit or not. So if you had to ask me, when Santa Monica says the game's coming out in 2022 with no month given, versus them saying the game's coming out in 2022 with no month given, and say, which one do you think is actually coming out this year? I would have to side with Santa Monica because I have history with that company. I don't fucking know anything about the company making Black Myth Wukong, other than when we first saw the game. That wasn't even really like the game. That was some shit they put together to be a demonstration of the game they wanted to make, so that they can get people, they can hire people for their team. Like, it wasn't like they were showing us the game saying, hey, here's a game we're making, we want to get you interested in purchasing the game. That was shit they put out there to say, hey, here's a game we're making, are there any developers interested in joining our team? That was the purpose of the Black Myth Wukong shit we saw. Kinda weird, that's not usually the way we see shit done. And I don't know, I just don't fucking trust that company. And also they're fucking Chinese, so they can eat a dick. So, as you know, nothing against China. I'm part Chinese. I'm on my mom's side, part Chinese a little bit. So it's not like I have some hatred for Chinese peoples. I just don't really trust Chinese companies or the country of China or their government. So, and they're fucking making big moves in gaming and shit, which is kind of scary. They're making big moves all over the place, which is scary. But yeah. If Black Myth is a real game and it comes out this year, awesome. But I highly doubt that Black Myth Wukong releases this year. But we shall see. Time will indeed tell, my friends. Oh, that game, the day before, has The Last of Us Days Gone look, feel to it. Yeah, but it looks better than those games, right? There's a demo for a game in 2021 that graphically looks better than The Last of Us or Days Gone or any of these games, right? Like by, I would say, a decent amount. Then that already sounds cheese, cringy, and ridiculous. They always do. Whenever they do these fucking scripted fucking people that are supposedly playing with each other, they always sound so fucking cheesy and dumb. Because they're trying to fucking, they have to make it fit exactly what they want to have happen in the game. So everything's scripted. What they're doing scripted, the events of the current script. It's not really people playing it. It's dudes in a sound booth just recording the dialogue, because what's happening was pre-decided. Nova, did you play The Quarry? No, what's The Quarry? This is just the Division ripoff. It does kind of have a Division feel to it. The Quarry. I heard about The Quarry. I don't know what it is. Is it already out yet? Never heard of The Day Before. Bro, nobody really has. It came out. They showed us that video back in January. I think another video came out a little bit after that was a little bit longer. Again, supposedly gameplay. I put my air quotes up, gameplay. And then it was never heard from again. So, like I said, I really don't have any hopes for seeing that game anytime soon. And I have the same feeling when it comes to Black Myth. I don't think we're seeing that game any fucking time soon. But like I said, time will indeed tell, my friends. I'm fucking hungry, man. Fucking get off of here in a minute and go make some real food. Maybe a fucking cup of soup or something. Yeah, a cup of soup sounds pretty fun. I think I'm gonna do that. Get me a fucking cup of soup, cup of noodles, whatever the fuck they're called. Different things depending on who makes it. I think the ones that were made by like Marichons, I think they're a cup of soup. But yeah, fucking about to get down on some of that shit. Fuck. Shit, let me see the chat. Yeah, nothing going on. But yeah, The Quarry. What is The Quarry? Because you never answered. Oh, okay. Is it already out, The Quarry? Oh, okay. I think I saw a Digital Foundry video of this, maybe, or I watched a video of it. It's like, what's the people that made fucking what do you call it? Until Dawn, right? Same people that made Until Dawn. Where this is pretty much like literally like an interactive movie. Yeah, no, I haven't played it yet. I played Until Dawn. It was cool, but it's a little too interactive movie for me. Like David Cage games, like what do you call it? I can't think of any of his fucking games. Like Heavy Rain and shit like that. Like the David Cage games are kind of interactive movie-ish, but they're way more you walking around doing shit than Until Dawn was. So I think I'll pass on The Quarry. I know that in PlayStation Plus we got the Man from Medan shit, so I may check that out just because it's free. But I don't. Shut up, you. My cat evidently is. What do you want, sir? What do you want, sir? Can I help you, sir? No, shut the fuck up. So yeah, no, I may check out The Man from Medan, but shut up, dude. Meow meow. But The Quarry, no, I don't think I'll be checking out The Quarry unless it comes to PS Plus or it goes on like ridiculously fucking hardcore sale. I don't think I'll be checking it out. There's too little to do in them for me. Like they're good games to play like with your mom and dad. Like if you have like parents that aren't gamers, like I'm 36, so my parents are fucking old. My parents like, barely touched like Atari and Coleco back in the day. Like they can't play modern games. Like you have put them a controller in their hand and they're like, there's too many buttons. But a game like that, You know, a lot of games are good for people like parents or non-gamers to watch. Like a lot of Naughty Dog games are like that, games that are very cinematic. But these games like this, like The Quarry, Until Dawn, those are very, very cinematic experiences where they can also participate in the decisions you make, right? When two decisions pop on the screen, fucking looking and be like, which do I do? So it's these are fun games to play with people like parents or non-gamer friends. So I may play Man from Medan with my mom because she probably would enjoy that. But Quarry, again, I'm not sure. I'll check this shit out. Anyway, it is 5:32. I need to get some food in me. Thanks for kicking it with me, guys. I'm not gonna pet the cat. The cat already fucking took off. Supernova, have you thought about building an arcade? No, I have not. Heavy Rain, Detroit. Yeah, Detroit Become Human was what I was thinking. I couldn't think of fucking Detroit Become Human. Dude, I don't know if it's because I'm getting old. Like, I'm not that old. I'm 36. I'm not that fucking old. I don't know if it's that or because a lot of medications I take, specifically like pregabalin, aka Lyrica, some of the side effects are like forgetting shit, I think, was one of the symptoms. Or like something where like you don't remember shit as much. I don't know if it's a side effect of the medications or just me getting fucking old. Like I said, I'm fucking 36. I'm not fucking 80. But yeah, like there's a lot of times I find now where like I'm trying to think of a game or think of a word, think of a person, and like it's there. I can fucking picture it, but I can't fucking put it together. It's so goddamn annoying. Whatever the reason is, whether it's being 36, which I don't know if it's that, or fucking medications is fucking bullshit. But anyway, yeah, take it easy, guys. Outro coming, and I'm not sure when I'll make the next video. Hopefully soon. I haven't made content in a while. I really should be making more content a little more regularly. Like I said, this isn't my job. This is just something I do for fun. It's not gonna get paid for doing this. I don't get my channel's not monetized. I don't get paid per clicks. I don't get paid per view. Be nice if I did, because a lot of my videos get thousands of views. So even if that was like I got $10 from that video, it's fucking $10. But yeah, I get shit. Nothing from them, so it's a little bit less motivation to make a video than someone that get paid for videos they make. But hopefully I'll make a video soon. I'll probably make a video after I come up with how I'm going to decide who I'm going to give the digital voucher for God of War Ragnarok to, or how, you know, when I come up with the system for deciding how, I'll probably make a video for that. And yeah, so hopefully you guys will hear from me soon, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for kicking it with me. Now here's some titties. Because everybody loves titties.
Relax.